Rainer.
What is going on, All Terrain Nation? Whether it be two-wheel drive,
four-wheel drive.
Does it really matter what you drive?
Well, it doesn't tonight because we're talking about all the Black Friday specials.
I don't know what that's got to do with driving, but what is going on, everybody? I hope you're having a fantastic Monday.
Because it's across all brands. That's why it doesn't matter what you drive.
Happy Monday, everybody. I hope you all are doing well. We're doing fantastic over here. Fantastic. But we got the B team in house. We got Allie DuBois. Allie with the D.
He's never gonna get it right.
Allie with the D. Oh, there you go.
He's not gonna get strop right either. So I've done
No.
Stroke.
Strop. It's like
Literally
a stop
makes me
sign.
twitch.
Just say strop.
I guess so.
Just strop at talking like
hey,
that.
just drop.
Just drop it.
Just drop it. Jeez. What is going on, everybody? It's a fantastic Monday. We've already we've started our celebrations because it's Thanksgiving week, everyone.
This is not chocolate milk, by the way.
It's chocolate pudding.
Mm-mm.
Oh. I mean, you're like
it's coffee. It's espresso.
well, Kelly be bouncing off the walls.
Espresso martini.
Hi, Allie from Michigan. What's going on, lady?
We're hanging out. And Maya.
Yeah. You ready for Thanksgiving?
Yes.
I hear family time's awesome, right?
So much fun.
It is. It's a lot of fun, man. It's a lot of fun. Mark, Jess, you guys ready for the holiday?
No, I mean, I've got to work like crazy. This is Super Bowl week for retail, so
That's right.
yeah.
Bless
And
you.
we have a house full of people coming.
yeah,
To stay.
none of which I've ever met.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Oh, you haven't
that's
met.
fun.
You haven't met everybody. Woo.
No. So this will be fun.
Well, it's gonna be fine. It's
Everything's
not like
fine.
my blood relatives, so it's like my chosen family, so it'll be great.
There you go.
Well, that's
See all the exciting people.
will be exciting. Speaking of exciting, we've got a lot to talk about tonight. We're going to talk some Black Friday deals, and we've got a few special guests popping in. One I'm very excited about. I got some product under my toes here that I'm very excited to talk about, and I think you guys will be as well. We have Diabolical going to stop by. Alan with Diabolical, and Brandon, I believe, will be with him. And we've got Nick with Mountains to Metal, who should be on here as well. And if you're selling something, you want to jump on, just message us. I guess that's how it's going to go tonight. But I figured, Jess, you know Charlie from Buck Rails. I want to say Buck Your Bronco, but we can't say that legally anymore. So it's Buck Rails. And which is Charlie, that's part of why he wanted to come on tonight, because he was talking about the rebranding that they're going through and how it's kind of been a pain in his butt. And speaking of pain in his butt, I see he's popped into the green room and he's got a little, that better be whiskey. That's all I'm saying. That better be whiskey.
Watch it, Scotch. Ruins your whole evening.
Nah,
with
that's
Scotch.
okay. That's okay too. It's a Brown family, Jess, cheers. Cheers to the people.
Not today.
She said
What?
Anyways, so that was Mark and
wow.
Jess.
Every time. No, I pre-gamed. I wasn't allowed to bring the bottle on the show tonight because
Well, we've heard stories.
Yeah, not yeah.
Oh my god.
But so Little Marital Nation, it was my 50th birthday this past week, and I'm not saying that like please, I don't, it's over, done with, but got to meet up with Mark and Jess and our friend Jim and Kelly, and did the town up as 50-year-olds would, I guess. Now
We
I
also
am not
lit,
50 yet.
I was gonna say we also lit his yard up.
Yeah, you did.
Yes. Oh my God. Sorry, Charlie. You're just gonna have to wait a second.
Thank you, Nikki.
Yeah. So I'm ready for bed. When was that? Was that last Thursday? It
Your
was on my
birthday was on
Yeah.
Thursday, so it was Wednesday night.
It
Yeah.
was Wednesday night.
So I'm ready for bed, and I'm not going to tell you how ready I was for bed. I'm watching TV in bed, and all of a sudden my alarm, my Ring doorbell goes off, and I'm like, I don't usually Amazon doesn't go that late with us, but I was like, well, maybe
They do sometimes.
And then all of a sudden, I'm just like curious because I seen this lady like running to the front yard, and then I start seeing these lights flashing.
Oh,
I'm
and then I looked over his shoulder and I was like, oh shit.
yeah, I was like, what the hell is this? And she goes, I had nothing to do with it. And I was like, what does that mean? I have nothing to do with
I said,
it.
I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
And so most people don't know, I'm not big on birthdays, and especially stuff like that. It was interesting, my reaction, I'm sure, Kelly.
It was an interesting week last week. Yeah, it was a real
I
good
can't
celebration.
I can't remember the message that I got, but it wasn't nice.
Oh,
The only one that got yelled at. I thought it was just me, and I was
Oh
like,
no. Don't worry, I got yelled at
"Oh,
too.
good."
And I saw the message like come through, but like I had a migraine and I had a feeling I knew what it was about.
You
and
should
I'm like,
feel worse
this is a
now.
tomorrow
I feel better
problem.
now. No, it was
Sure.
it was very nice, and I'll pop up a picture here and where you guys can see. But
I was gonna say
What-
that was
what was
Nikki's
it? You,
idea.
Jess, and Nikki, right?
Yes, Nikki Brewer.
So I have to say thank you. By the way, that was
And I
it was a
think
very
maybe
nice
Gia?
gesture.
Do what?
We caused you the last bit of stress on your 49th year.
Yeah. I want to
You-
say I think maybe Gia.
They only put 3 people in the
Yeah, they
card,
only put you 3 on the card.
Oh, okay.
but I don't know. But
I don't know, maybe.
whoever did it was a very nice gesture, and
Yeah, so that was the beginning of a fabulous week for me. Let's just put it that way.
yes. So
There it is.
here's the photo. Let me share this real quick.
Nope, wrong thing.
Wrong share.
This is
But
gonna get
yeah,
real
I didn't.
awkward.
I'll be honest. I was kind of aggravated, and I
Mhm.
shouldn't have been because it once again it was a
Endo?
very nice gesture. But yeah, I didn't even get up to look. I just was like, I'll see it in the morning. So I woke
So
up.
Sydney and I went out and took this picture
Yeah.
because
I love
Yeah.
that it lit up. That's so fun.
yes. Yes.
Right?
Well, it blinked. It blinked. I thought it was some kind of Christmas tree something. But yes, no, and definitely it was very cool. And then
Don't worry, Dave. That's coming for Christmas.
Oh, no.
great. Yeah, thanks.
You're welcome.
But then let's see. I took a picture with it.
Right there.
And somebody's like, I should have streaked, and I was like, no, I don't think these photos could come on. But this was like 5:30 in the morning. I'm out there taking pictures, and I'm sure the neighbors are like, they see all the cars and stuff, press loans we get and stuff.
Yeah.
They're probably like, now what are these people doing?
I have to say, I loved everything that you guys did to this because there's literally like everything in there. There's
Yeah.
a cake, there's a football, there's classic cars, there's number one fan there. There's like so many perfect little things that just really were you. And guess what? It's your favorite color. Did you notice that?
I didn't notice that, but
It's orange.
But it was very nice. Of course, I had to wear the Ohio State gear because I know some people from Michigan did this, so I purposely did
Well,
wear
I
that.
noticed. I was like,
I'm sure you did. I'm sure you did. But so I came home and I'm stressing during the day. I'm like, what am I going to do with this? I mean, obviously I would leave it up for the birthday, but I'm literally like, well, I guess I can throw some in the background here. I don't know exactly what you do with this thing. And I asked Kelly and she goes, well, no, they come pick it up. And I was like, oh, thank God.
I had already Googled to figure out how long it was going to stay in the driveway or stay in the yard as to how long I had to deal with his sassiness.
Yeah, because it was like yard sign central of how they piece all this
It was
stuff
massive.
together. But the worst thing was they're so good and sneaky. I didn't see it till they were done on the camera. And then Kelly went outside and it was still up. And what, like 10 minutes later, it was gone?
No, so I walked by it going to my office at 9:30 and I came back out at 10 and it was gone. And I didn't even the dog didn't yell. There was no movement. There was nothing. So they were super sneaky.
Yeah. Well, speaking of super
know.
sneaky, let's bring Mr. Super Sneaky in there. Charlie, what is going on, buddy?
Hey, Charlie?
Hey, Charlie, you can do it. You don't have to do this in the pantry, buddy. It's okay.
Oh, but I do.
Maybe it's his best internet.
I'm playing.
I
I
have
played.
kids, and this is the farthest away I can get from them. So
It's the quietest, I'm sure.
I'm 3 doors away, and the least chance of waking them up.
Oh,
Yep.
oh,
Oh,
nice,
see.
nice. Well, you're based out of Kentucky, if I remember right?
No, North Carolina.
Oh,
Wrong
What?
state.
sorry. Jess is over there going, no, shut up, David.
no.
So Charlie, you've had a rough year We understand that, you know, due to some issues that you had to change the name of your company. And so we definitely want to help get the word out. But tell us a little bit of what you got going on. And I've got some stuff. Kelly, if you'll grab one of those while
I didn't know I was.
Yeah, you're the assistant. But tell us what's going on with your company, man.
Yeah, so I mean, I make dash rails. I make a large and a small, or I have them. I've had them mass produced, and I was running under the name Buck Your Bronco, and had a number of, had a following and some, other people helping out, getting exposure to that. But yeah, I was under the name Buck Your Bronco, and that went on for about a year and a half. And Ford got wind of that, and apparently they don't like me using the word Bronco.
Weird. They used it from somebody else. So,
I didn't think they invented the word. I didn't think it was a problem.
Yeah. So as you guys can see here, this is the big one. I'm assuming it has a name, or you've named these things, right?
So I don't know who came up with the name, but BYOD, bring
Okay.
your own. I think it came from like their prototype era. So somebody at Ford or somewhere in that spectrum came up with the concept, but they basically never actually came up with the product.
Right.
I think 4-Wheel Parts was supposed to manufacture it, and I don't know. They just never dropped, or they never.
Yeah, they had that red concept or something, didn't they?
Yeah, and so what I did was I made it. I had it made as a die-cast piece, so it's a single piece, and there's no assembly. It's literally just take it out of the box and bolt it in. One bolt, so that accessory ready bolt that so many people ask about. And what it does is it's got a curve built into it. It's very slight. I don't know how well you can see it, but what happens is it'll set in the feet on the dash, and it's got about a 3/8 inch or so gap under the bolt. And I've had a number of people ask, like, is this bent? Is this broken? And it's actually on purpose. So when the bolt goes in, it actually puts tension on it and runs the rail flat. So you don't need any sticky tape. You don't need to screw it in on the sides or anything like that.
Yeah. Well, I have to say, because I literally just opened this up about an hour before the show started, and I was going to do it on air, and I thought no, because that'll be messy and loud and noisy. But I thought these were plastic when I saw the idea behind this stuff, and I've seen the photos, and this is all metal, aluminum. I'm assuming this is heavy duty stuff.
Yeah, that's all billet aluminum. So I mean, the rails are my product. Most of the accessories are just things I found. I didn't really go into this thinking that I was going to sell a bunch of stuff.
Right.
But when I was trying to develop the rail and get that going, I wanted to have a list of things that worked well. And as I started buying other products, mostly on Amazon, there was just a lot of junk out there. And it was also kind of like, okay, you need this piece and then this piece and this piece. And then you kind of got something that works. And it was just kind of like combobble things together. So that's why I was like, well, screw it. I'm just going to do that and offer all those accessories available. And I've come up with other things, as well since then. But just like a one-stop shop. Hey, all this stuff works together. None of this is rocket science. It's not very proprietary stuff. I mean, all the threads are 1/4-20 standard threads. The Picatinny rail, that dovetail design, that's originally from rifles. And then the camera, you probably know, Kelly and Dave, they use that for camera accessories as well. So it's a pretty standard thing.
Well, the cool thing with this red one that you sent us here is how big it is, because you can attach a lot to it. I mean, and of course, like the attachment points, it's a pretty common system, like you're saying. So it should be fairly easy to find stuff to bolt to this. But I was looking. Let me pull your website back up. I was looking here just on your cover page. You've got a chapstick. What is the chapstick about? Is there something strange about that I need to know?
It's
strange.
Chapstick holder. I kind of thought it was a joke. I was kind of putting it off, but my wife, she was kind of helping me encourage, coming up with ideas and stuff like that. And she uses chapstick all the time, and I was just, okay, whatever. I didn't think it was going to go anywhere. That is one of the more popular accessories.
Really, that's awesome, man.
Funny.
very surprising. I've also got sunglass holders or little sunglass clips that you can kind of see on the kind of towards the right on the screen. And it comes with two, because some sunglasses you need to kind of put it. I don't have a pair of sunglasses, but some you kind of have to put it on the lens, and then some you can fit one in the center.
Mhm.
So just to give you an option there. And then I've also got a little clip. Where's the camera? On the side. This is the same concept as the sunglasses, but if you want like a business card or a name badge, that was my thought was the name badge. I used to work at a place, government contractor, where we had a name badge in, and that was always the thing. Where do I stick my name badge?
Yeah.
Without forgetting it.
Yeah. Getting thrown about in life, or hanging on the rearview mirror or something like that.
Well, and the same with chapstick too. So I can see that part of it is where it's like you're always looking for it. I know as a female, I have like 3 of them in my tiny little bag that I carry, because you can never find the 3 in that tiny little bag. So I could definitely understand having it easily available. See, just
I have like separate ones in my car too, like the whole chapstick thing. It's like my kind of part of my go bag for off-roading is chapstick, eye drops, because I wear contacts, and a whole separate set of sunglasses that work when I'm wearing a ball cap. So
that's it.
All Charlie's accessories would be perfect for me.
For sure.
Well, this one here, I really like the attachment for the radio.
Yeah.
That's really nice.
Yeah. And so something with that, my marketing director sucks. So the pictures only do so much. Here's one of those clips. It's got a hole for a handheld, like what's on the picture, but it's also got a slot built in. So if you've got a regular handheld, like from a CB or GMRS, a mobile mounted unit, you can clip that in also. So it works for either style of radio that you have to have it mounted right there.
And the prices aren't crazy either for this stuff that I see. Yeah.
So these arms, I just 3D print these. I was developing them for prototypes. I was going to try to get them mass produced, and they work so well as 3D printed. It's a UV resistant and high temperature resistant plastic. So it works well on the dash. I've got the same things in my dash that I've had there for over a year now, and they don't have any sun fade or any degradation in it.
And for the folks that might be a little hesitant on the 3D printing is not what it used to be. Like, it's not what it very first started out to be. So just kind of keep that in mind.
So a little background on that. I was a welding engineer a few years ago, and I worked in an R&D lab.
That's awesome.
And I was like raw welding. We did laser processing, laser cutting, laser welding. And next door to me was a rapid prototyping with the old style, way back when 3D printing, where it was literally just toys and prototypes. And I spent a decade railing these guys, making fun of them for useless toys. Spending all their time making things that just desk ornaments, because that's pretty much what it was. And so I went into this. I bought my 3D printer. It's just a little thing off Amazon as a prototype, just as something just to try things out. But the materials on it are just so much better than they used to be.
The material availability that you have, like the different levels of it. And I've not gotten into it. I just know from the things that I've seen, the products that you're seeing now on a 3D print level are completely different than what they used to be, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, you have a whole list of stuff here too. Looks like all kinds of there's the chapstick. And you didn't kill us. $3 if you want the chapstick.
Well, and the pen too. I think that's cool too, because you never can have, you never do have a pen anywhere.
Yes. He sent us that pin with the attachment.
Nice.
Yeah, that's probably, and again, I don't know if the pictures show it well. The spacing on it so I've got the pin set a little bit farther forward. I don't know how well that shows up.
We see it.
You can put the pin adjacent to another accessory, because it sets it just forward of the other accessory. So just because you have a pin that's 6 inches wide, it doesn't take up 6 inches of rail. You can still add a bunch of accessories. So like this small rail, even though it's 9 inches wide, you can still add a ton of stuff to it. It's just, this is the only real estate you're working with. It's not a factor of how much stuff you can add. It's just only limiting to this location. That's where the bigger rail comes in, because you can put it like in front of the driver, in front of the passenger.
Yeah, I have to say I'm quite impressed with the fact that you've put all these pieces available that you can put them all together, because like you said, sometimes it's a trial and error from that perspective of going, oh, will this work with this product, or will this? So to know that I can just build a rail on your site and know that it's all going to fit together and that it's going to work for me is super good for my attention issues on Amazon and things like that too.
Well, and I have one of your competitors, Brand Our Bronco, right now, and I have to say, even their little arms and stuff are overly priced for what it is. And this is much more affordable in my opinion. Now we're going to check this thing out. So we're going to do a review video on this. So if you guys are interested in what our opinions is of it, we'll check this stuff out and see how it works for our daily life. But from what I can see so far, like just price wise, it pretty much beats the competition for a rail. And once I've learned to mount a phone on my dash now in any vehicle I've owned, I put phone attachments like this. I look for a brand that might have something specific for my car, because I'm so used to, a lot of states are hand-free states now, which is it's a big deal. I like the fact that I can put it there if I need to quickly, sneakily do something. Maybe
don't tell everybody.
I'm joking. It's okay. It's okay.
So
when he's in Mexico,
there's a funny looking arm that looks like an S. That's going to be the one you're going to like the best. So with the big rail, you're putting this basically in front of your steering wheel. It's going to put the phone in front of the dash, but behind the steering wheel, and you're going to be able to access the phone without taking your hand off the steering wheel.
Nice.
Don't tell my employer that. I got cameras in my vehicle now. They're going to be like, "What is he pushing buttons on?"
Nothing.
And then the other thing is as far as like sticking things on. Once you get the rail in place, everything is quick connect from there. So all the things just clamp on, clamp off. You don't have to like nut and bolt.
Well, and I like that it's heavy duty stuff too, because that's the problem I have with some of the other manufacturers are getting it dialed in. I mean, we're all like OCD where we want it exactly where we want it. And this gives you a lot of the mount that you're selling gives you a lot of, you can easily adjust it to get it, and you can really crank it down, I would say too, because that's the next thing is they all have these tiny little deals. You never feel like you get it very tight, and then suddenly your phone's falling on the dash.
100%. And then when you do get that perfect, you better love it on those other mounts, because you better not try to adjust anything, because then it's done. It's never going to be perfect again. So I like the double adjustment there too, because you do typically in the other ones you have multiple screw adjustments. You might get this one perfect and that one not. So no, I'm quite impressed with it too.
Well, so far, Kelly, out of the two you've seen, because this is your first time seeing these, which size would work for you? Because you drive the Bronco more. Would it be the big one or the small one?
I'd have to see them both in there, because I don't know that we have enough accessories right now. And this is not an invitation for you to get a bunch of
It's Christmas time, people. It sounds like that was
it's not the invitation.
4 more GoPros across the dash.
No.
There you go.
So I think for our daily life, I think the smaller one would be the fit for us. But I think in an off-road life, like when we're trying to get footage for you guys of our off-roading and things like that, I think the bigger one is the fit.
Well, it sounds like what Charlie's going to say is you should buy both of them. So, and they're easy. It's just a bolt. So if you need,
so interchangeable. There you go.
Yeah.
And they all come with like little rubber washers and little feet, so it doesn't mar up. It's not metal on plastic. It's all plastic or rubber on the dash. So at any point in time, if you want to remove it, it's not going to mess up your dash. You'll never know it was there.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome. Any kind of deals? We got Black Friday, and that's a big thing of the show tonight. Any kind of deals going on with your stuff for Black Friday?
I'll be sending out things. If you subscribe to my newsletter, I'll be sending out 15% off coupons.
Oh, nice.
For Black Friday.
And where on your website can they sign up for that newsletter, Charlie, so we can show them real quick?
There used to be a pop-up. I guess I turned that off.
Or Dave may have turned it off.
I think if you scroll all the way down, there should be a sign up for the newsletter. Or on the right
here
should be a sign up.
Perfect.
Well, look.
So there you go.
Now you're going to get us. So you just made a new email buddy.
And Charlie,
you
I know
were
you were testing for a while for mounts for other vehicles. Is it still just Bronco at this point, or do you have other models you're supporting?
It currently is just Bronco. I'd love to, but I mean, it's just an investment per vehicle. So this is a made specific to the Bronco, and so any other vehicle would likely be a whole new set of tooling. So part of the reason I'm able to sell it at the price I'm able to is because it's die cast. So once I've got the mold cut, I mean the per unit price is pretty cheap. So I mean, not to get into specifics and stuff like that, but I mean volume is
volume
easy.
is key.
Yeah, volume. It's also key, but it's easy. I mean, I mean, with like the competitors that are sheet metal that are bent down, I mean, they've got, if they're making 20, their price is this much. They can make 200, their price isn't going to really change much.
Yeah,
sure.
For me, I can do 5,000, 10,000 and have a really good price point, just because of the volume rate. So that gets into my manufacturing background and like going from the beginning, designing it for die casting. One of the others, company that went under, Archetype, whatever. They're like CNC billet. I mean, a nice product. Like
great product. They just couldn't fulfill them.
They've got a real nice thing, but it's CNC billet. I mean, that's a very expensive per unit price, and that's what you were paying for. Not say you weren't getting that value, but it's still a phone mount at the end of the day.
And that's the thing of it is you don't need
CNC aircraft grade billet. You got to for a phone mount.
Yeah, the phones are expensive enough. I don't need
sure.
I don't need another $1,000 for a mount for the thing.
Well, and that being said, Charlie, you said that you've had these on some vehicles for a long period of time, and they're tested, and they've been tried and true and things like that. So it's not just you're not paying a small price for a short period of time with the product, is what it sounds like to me. You're actually going to get quite a bit of life out of it.
It's been close to 2 years now. We've had them out. So I mean,
that's awesome.
Well, which one is your most popular though?
The smaller, the slingshot rail is the most popular.
Okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like I'm looking on a small monitor. What's the price difference between the big and the small one?
I think we've got it at 109 for the big one and 75 for the small one.
Okay.
We started off a little higher, and then just since after we've been around for a little while, I've dropped the price a little bit. And then I've also got some scratch and dent that I just added a few weeks ago. That, I mean, basically powder coating. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the actual unit, but when they came from powder coating, they shipped us in bulk, and I mean,
scratch a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, some are scratched.
Yeah, and it's not something that's going to be outside that you're really going to have to worry about that scratch becoming a bigger scratch and things like that. So I can definitely see where that would be beneficial.
I will say with one of the other brands we've used in the past, they anodize their metals and they fade super quickly.
And you can definitely see it
super quickly. So powder coating is going to be much better way to go if you want it to stay the color that you bought.
For sure. Well, and what's cool about it, and I am seeing, Charlie, on your website, is that you can personalize the color quite a bit. So I know that that's what a lot of folks are looking for in personalizing their vehicles. They don't want the same black that everybody's doing, or they want to personalize some of those interior, specializations to their color scheme. So I think that's really cool that you have that as an option as well.
Yeah. So I've got 10 different colors, and I've also just got a bare aluminum option. So if you want to powder coat it to whatever color or paint it whatever color you want. I mean, obviously it's cheaper if you buy it already powder coated, mass production and stuff like that. But if you just want to get a bare aluminum, we've got those as well.
Yeah, I like that you have that this blue here, because it's like you could, if you had the Heritage Edition, it'd fit right in on that.
For sure.
You got my good orange there, Kelly. We got blue.
Purple.
Yeah, we got purple. We got all the fun colors. Well, definitely, I'm doing a review video on both of these products. So if you guys are interested in this, definitely is going to come. But I'm just going to tell you right now, it's good. It looks like a good product. I mean, there's one. I hate to say like it's simple, but there's one screw to put in, so there's not really needed an installation video.
Yeah, and the one that we did before had a screw on both sides,
Yeah,
so
you
I
had to
really
drill in the
appreciate that.
dash.
Yeah,
It was awful.
which was a hesitation. For sure.
But Charlie, if they want to reach you, how can they find you?
Yeah, just going to the website is the best thing, buckrails.com, or buckrails@gmail.com is an email address. There's other ways they get on the website. They can bug me.
Contact you that way.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Well, so
Ways.
I want to do, Charlie, I want to do a review on this, and then I want to bring you back in a couple weeks on a live. I want you to get my live, feedback on this. What I think it works. I'm assuming it works well. I'm being honest. It's pretty simple product.
Let me know.
But definitely want to.
Let me know. I'll fix it. I mean, it's not.
Oh, but no, I'm definitely interested in this, and I think you guys should be too, especially with the price point. It's probably the best price point for all the parts right here that I've seen
Agreed.
so far. Guys, go check out it's Buck Rails, and not with the space. There's another Buck
It's one
Rails
word.
out there. I've seen. I confusedly found it today, but it's all one word.
Yeah.
So Buck Rails.
Buckrails.com.
Yeah, and go check it out. And I don't think you're going to be disappointed with this. So Charlie, I hate to be short. I got a bunch of vendors I want to bring in here and talk tonight.
And there's
But-
no easy way to say
Yeah.
goodbye.
But you're going to get a
unfortunately.
review hopefully this week on this. Hopefully probably Fridays when the review will drop on this. We'll put it in there and see how it works for
Yeah.
us.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thanks for having me.
Of course, man. Of course. And
Thanks for
we're going to
coming,
bring you
Charlie.
back on definitely when we can spend more time. And like I said, I want to offer some what I like about this thing, and we can bounce it off each other.
Yeah, sure thing. We'll
All right.
appreciate
Thanks,
Awesome.
Charlie.
Thanks, Charlie.
Hi,
See ya.
Charlie.
There you guys go. Buck Rails. And I like this. I really do. I've been very against it. Mark, what do they call it? The Picatinny.
The Picatinny rails.
Yeah.
And I've got that, what you have in your hand, the slingshot. Like I
Yeah.
have it. And to tell the folks out there, like the phone mount that you're talking about with the aluminum, one of the reasons I got it is because when I'm just driving down the road, I have it adjusted in one position. And when I'm off-roading, you can then loosen it and I adjust it up to be able to film over the hood of the truck if I'm using my phone. Because I don't have a GoPro, I use my phone. And the versatility and the flexibility of that mount, you can run it vertical, you can run it horizontally. So it's really, really, easy to use and adjust, on the fly. Hey, I'm on road. I need it down, like you said, so you can kind of hit the screens and buttons when you're doing secret things as you're driving, as Dave said. Or when you're off-roading, lifting that phone up just above the dash so you get a really nice view without dash and hood in your shot,
For sure.
as you're wheeling, going through mud.
We're not talking.
That's my biggest challenge when I'm trying to shoot off-road when he's not with me, is that absolute part of making sure I'm high enough where it's you get that cool hood shot, but at the same point you don't get all the hood shot. Like you just get just enough of what you're getting ready to do, so
Yeah.
Yeah,
Speaking
and that
of hood
mount
shot-
really, that was the reason I bought it, was for that specific point, was that everything else is rigid and it locks you into one position, and that has the on-the-fly adaptability to it.
Right.
For sure.
Speaking of hood shots, man, we got the man, the myth. We got Nick with Mountains to Metal there.
Oh God!
Yikes.
So
What's
you
up,
could have
bud?
given him a little more warning.
I know.
Yeah.
I got to bring out
I could have
the.
been picking my nose or something, man.
We can only hope.
If you were, I would have went, wait, Dave,
Yeah.
wait.
Wait, give me 1 second.
Well, welcome to the show, Nick.
Yeah.
Thanks for jumping
Hey.
on.
Yeah,
I know,
no problem. Glad to see you guys.
Good to see you too. It's funny. Not everybody knows how the Nick invitation to Monday night happened. We actually found a new favorite liquor store. Imagine that, in a local town here, and we were leaving the store, and Dave goes, "I'm gonna call Nick," and so he calls Nick, and it's Friday night, and poor Nick is settling in for the evening, and we're like, "Hey, you want to be on the show on Monday?" He's like, "Sure."
Who is it? Who is this?
New phone, who dis? So Nick jumped on with us so we could talk about their stuff that they have going on
Yeah,
for
and
Black Friday and a new product we have.
Well, I forgot I ordered something from Nick like 4 weeks ago or something.
Oh man.
And I have a pile of parts over here, and I was like, I thought it was the skids, the for the Broncos
shock skids?
shock skids, but I was like, it's too late for that.
Oh, Mark.
But
is
what do
Is
we?
that what I think it is? Is that the one I have to install again?
Yes. So I'll let you open
Yeah.
that.
So
And I owe you guys a gasket for the med cabinet.
yeah, for the med cabinet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think we owe you more than
Right.
you owe us.
Right.
But this has been one of our favorite. It was the first thing you ever installed.
I was gonna say this was actually our first Mountains to Metal product, and it was actually the first one I ever installed. I think the first installation video I did too on the channel.
And Nick didn't know we had ordered this.
Yeah.
Because we really didn't know Nick at the time.
So again, for those of you that don't know, we will order products sometimes, try it out, and then we're like, hey, we're kind of in love with this product. And then we kind of go from there. So this is actually on the passenger side next to the handle, the grab handle on it. And so this is actually one of my favorite products you don't realize that you need until you need it. And so I have missed this actually after trading in Rebecca. That so tell Nick, remind me the name of this product because I'm going to butcher it if I say it.
That is the passenger side Molly, console Molly.
There you go.
But yeah. So I know a guy that has that on his driver's side too.
Really? The same
Well-
one? So just turned it. Gotcha.
Yeah. Like the cool thing with Mountains Metal is we found that you guys don't kill people for parts either. Now it's an American made part, which I appreciate quite a bit.
Yes.
When I can, I try to buy American made products. You're a good family company. But yeah, like Kelly was saying, I ordered this because at the time when the Broncos came out, it was something cheap I could install, and I thought, well, we'll see how we use it. Like you said, she ties garbage bags to it. We put our GRMS radio strapped to it. Like there's all kinds of ways to do this. Up here, it mounts to where the handle is. You take your handle off, put this in there, and put your handle right back on. It's perfect. And you were kind of the originator of this. Now there's been all kinds of clones
I mean,
out there.
I was literally out there with CAD, is cardboard aided design, and I cut all that mess out, and it took me several times printing it out 1-to-1 in Inventor, and I got it all to work out. And so we came up with that, and there, if you see right at the very bottom, there's an open hem. So we were trying to lock it in. So we kind of came up with that so that will go underneath the plastic at the bottom right there. So it hooks onto it. So that's called an open hem. And then we also put a little break about 1.5 inches up from that to stiffen the whole thing up. So some of this we did on the fly while we were designing it, and just it all came together in the end. So, but we do be on the lookout in the next month or so. We will have another product very similar to that that I'm testing right now.
Great.
So-
Now more stuff I gotta buy. Thanks,
Me
Nick.
too.
Right?
I don't buy
Yeah,
enough
yeah.
of you guys already.
So dumb.
As I'm,
Yeah,
like,
but the
adding
cool
that
thing
to my
is
cart.
You what,
What's
Nick?
that? Well, the cool thing is what you have in your hand, what we're coming out with will work with our passenger side.
Oh, nice.
So you don't
That's
have to
awesome.
buy like a whole new kit or anything like that.
Well,
Sweet.
all your stuff I've noticed you put nice little holes. It's not just Molly, you've got holes. It's like it opens up the creativity like of stuff you've not even thought of that I'm sure you've seen people
Yeah,
attach to this.
That's what we wanted, and I always get a kick out of like going to different shows or just meeting people at just little get-togethers, and they're like, "Oh, check this out," and I'm like, "Well, I would have never have thought to do that, but that's pretty cool." So,
Yeah, no, and of course you guys do a little bit of everything, and I would bring up the website, but Kelly stole my mouse. Over here.
Don't think
over
I
here.
can't. I got this. You just do your thing.
Well, you guys mentioned like you use that to put your radios on, and when was that? A couple months ago, I don't know, a while ago. Mark picked up the extra little Molly basket that Mountains Metal has, and I have that on the side of mine that I hook my radio onto. So it's accessories on top of accessories. It works great. It also holds snacks very well. Just
Yeah, the
Yeah.
snack of the
for
snacks.
Yeah, snacks are important.
Yeah, we actually have the door pockets that
Mhm.
we just installed, or that
Ah,
I
you
just
did.
installed. I was gonna say I just installed last weekend.
Yeah, we were
Yeah.
trying to put some parts back in that we had from the previous Bronco,
And honestly, this could look like our Bronco, but it's not our Bronco.
right?
Honestly.
But I told Kelly, I was like, hey, just throw those in real quick. And you were just like, real quick. I was like, oh, the door pockets are like easy. Like,
yeah, because he did the pockets before and I hadn't done the pockets. I just saw the after installation. And so the fact that, or when I put them in, I was like, oh, this is like stupid easy.
yeah. And thanks, Ford, for adding pockets there. But your little mesh just falls apart super quick.
For sure.
I was like, that stuff's got to go. I want a good metal pocket in there. I know there's some, once again, Nick kind of developed some of this stuff early on. And then suddenly everybody that's got an Alibaba account seems to have one.
Yeah,
seems like.
we our logo was famous on Alibaba for quite a while.
That's crazy. That's such
So
a
I
crazy
kind of gave up
concept,
on
man.
that. We had to we got a lawyer to take down one of the listings, and then it was just kind of like, this is pointless. It just comes up under a different name and then it's back up there.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Now,
the
what-
one thing I wish Ford would have just taken an extra 5 minutes and made the front pockets similar to the ones in the back.
Yes.
You know, I
Yeah.
don't see what the big deal was with that from the engineers, but
Well, I'm sure there was
I
a
don't know.
penny saved somewhere.
Yeah. And
There
that
was.
being said,
Because the-
Ford.
well, they went from a bolt-on up front to it was like a plastic, like a rivet almost.
Huh.
Of how the pockets were held in place. Because in
Right.
front, you just take your little tool and
Yeah.
your Bronco toolkit, and you can take the pockets off.
Huh, I've not even paid much attention to the rear of the.
Well,
rear
in the
of
back, you can't do that. You gotta. That's like one of our only products. Or I think it actually is our only
really,
product.
really,
where you have
really
to
need that
drill.
medicine cabinet.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you, Allie, what's on your wish list?
All of it.
I know you said you've got some stuff that's in your cart.
I have his. Well, yeah, what you guys have was just added to the cart. Well, I have to start over.
Yep.
That's right.
We understand your pain.
We do.
So I'm like, I'm
Well,
trying
you
to
got a
figure
new
out
Bronco,
everything
didn't
I
you?
want to do.
She
You guys
sure
are like,
did.
oh, boo. We all have brand new Broncos. So sad.
I know.
What a terrible problem.
Jess has got a new
First-
alternator.
First
They're
world
talking about it in the
problem.
chat.
Oh.
They're
I'll
not,
never know.
she's not ready to talk about it.
We're not talking. We can talk about it when I have some actual information from, the local dealership.
Yeah. Well, Nick, like you and a few company we're going to bring up here in just a minute. I like the fact that you guys develop stuff, but you just don't really. As soon as it comes off of the CNC machine or whatever, you guys just don't start selling it. Like, you make sure your product
Mhm.
works.
They test
Well.
it, and that's the thing that I think is like huge, because it's not just cheap stuff that you're just throwing out there to sell it.
For
It's
sure.
actually
No,
tested. There's actually a purpose.
Yeah, some of our stuff sits around for almost too long sometimes, and we're like, all right, I think we're ready now, and then we're like, pull the trigger and do it. So, but
Yeah,
like you said, I don't like to just throw it out there and just cross your fingers. So,
Yeah, there's simple things like
and there
this.
are.
Minimum.
I was just talking to a guy at the shop today about this. I don't know if you know Matt Ford. He was in the JRI booth with the
Yeah.
two-door Blue Bronco.
Yeah.
Yeah, he actually helped me install some RCV axles today.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, so I hung out with him most of the day, and that's what I was telling him is like, I don't like to just throw stuff out there, and I want someone to use it, and I want someone to tell me what they don't like
Yeah.
more
Well,
than what
there's
they do like almost.
it's the simple stuff like this, Nick. You know what this is. It's your product.
Yes.
what is this?
Yeah. It's an antenna mount for the A-pillar.
Right. Which I had bought off of Amazon.
Way
I-
to challenge him. Good thing he wasn't too many more drinks in, Dave.
Nah, Nick knows his-
Jeez.
I'm actually having a Propel right now, so
Oh,
everybody's
good
been
boy.
getting
Oh,
sicker
easy
out.
guy, easy.
Simmer
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
Hey.
No, but stuff like this, I mean, that's thick steel, man. You're not playing around with some tin aluminum.
that's actually
thing.
not. Well, that's stainless steel. Actually, that's 3/16.
Really? Oh wow.
So, yeah.
But I
Throw a
wanted
magnet on it.
something. I wanted something on the Raptor because I use the GRMS antennas, and I don't want a big long antenna. I like the little fat stubby things. But this is what I wanted it for, because I bought on our previous one, we bought the mount that goes in the hood kind of deal, and it started showing dirt and stuff around. It just looked nasty, and I wanted something that looked more factory. And I think this is going to really step up when I ever install the antenna again. But it's little stuff like this, and you don't kill people on the price of these things either.
No, try not to. I had a guy call me
and-
today, and he was wanting free shipping, and he ended up ordering something, but he lived as far away from us as possible on a map.
Of course.
And I was like, and I can't really do much about it. It's not like I said, well, how about I just change the price up 30% and then I'll give you free shipping. I
Yeah.
said, but I'm not going to do that. But he knew what I was saying, and I was just
Right.
kind of joking around with him. But I mean, a lot of people do that anyways, but
For sure.
it's just not something we can do as a small business. I can't just give free shipping to everyone.
Oh, for sure.
Right.
And
And
here are those rear pockets that we were talking about earlier.
yeah,
Yeah.
which sounds like it's gonna be a nightmare for me to install. Thanks, Nick. Um,
Hey, I got a
be
video.
honest.
on
thanks,
that.
Ford.
Let's be honest, it'll
So-
probably be me that installs them.
Probably so. But so Nick, you don't just do Ford, you do a little bit of everything, right?
Well, honestly, we've been getting a lot of people asking us about Jeep and some other vehicles, and we started out doing grill inserts.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of how we got our start in the aftermarket auto parts world. So 'cause I
Right.
made a grill insert for my truck, and then I sold one, and I was like, well, let me make a couple more, and I sold those, and I'm like, well, might have something. So,
Right.
but I was really
understand
yeah, I like Broncos more than anything. So when Ford said they were coming out with that, I was like, we're switching gears.
Good answer, Nick. Good answer.
Yeah.
Hey, there's other brands out there.
I know there's other brands out there, but I know.
Yeah.
I know our
Like-
conversations.
Like there's the
Well-
new Land Cruiser.
I know.
There's the
Yeah.
LC 500 version that I
Yes.
really would like to have.
Okay. Okay. We're talking.
I
talking
went and looked at a Land Cruiser last weekend just to kind of put my hands on it, and I liked it. It's
If you drive the LC 500, you won't like the Land Cruiser. Having the V6 versus the 4-cylinder is much better.
Yeah,
yeah.
the LC 500 is
Yeah.
where it's at.
And you can get 3 rows with that, which not that you would ever want 3 rows.
They're
of it,
not
but-
true 3 rows though. Let's be honest. Like I would take them as a 3rd row because it would be nice to have the flexibility.
That's a different
But
show.
go watch our review on it. You'll see.
Yeah, that's a whole
you'll
different
see.
show.
all right.
Nick, do you have any good Black Friday deals coming up? Or are you doing anything special?
Well, it's actually, if you scroll all the way to the top, we should have a banner maybe on the homepage. If you click on the Mountains to Metal, go back to the homepage.
It's our first time on the internet. Sorry.
There
Shut
we go.
up. Well, and I love this. I love that you have your crew on the homepage too, because
Yeah.
folks, that's one thing that you have to pay attention to when you're buying from these. And I'm sorry to cut you off, Nick. I just wanted to call this out because these faces are the ones that we actually see at events when they come and things like that. These are not just faces for the website. This is actually Nick's family and his work family too, because legit, there are his
Yeah.
family standing up there as
Yeah,
well.
there's Papa Metal.
Yep, Papa Metal. And so like these are the people that you're supporting. So keep that in mind when you're buying some products on this Black Friday, that you might find something a little cheaper somewhere on some products, but consider who you're buying from.
And you tend to get what you pay for too.
For sure.
You
Yeah.
definitely
Well, thank
some
you
things
guys.
some things cost a little bit more, but that's why when I bought this originally, I wanted to check out your company more than anything. And I really liked, I mean, it's a simple laser cut piece of metal that you had the cool idea with, but there's companies from Asia, man, that would do that and the powder coat would be falling off by the time I opened the box.
And
Like,
the support that you would not have
Yeah.
from those companies versus what you're going to get from Nick's company and those we've had on the show tonight. So just kind of keep that in mind.
so Nick,
Well, go ahead.
go ahead, Nick.
Well, we have a code. It's all capital letters. It's Cyber Squatch.
Oh, nice.
So
Is it
I
there?
will make sure to put that in that note up there as soon
Perfect.
as I get off the phone here.
sorry, Nick's web people.
No, that was us. We were
Secrets
we
out.
have a new guy at the shop, and I was showing him how to do a banner today, and I had
Go
to
over here for
leave
just a
like,
second.
right after I showed him.
the comments.
So we'll fix that.
Yeah, just-
Cyber
just-
Squatch is the code.
Well, cool, man. Definitely, guys, go check out Mountains of Metal. Nick's been on the show several times. We really like what he does. Anytime, generally, if I'm in an event, especially a Bronco event, and I see the Mountains of Metal family over there, we gotta go say hi to them and check out their latest stuff. And I know I would ask it. I know Nick's got new products being developed, but he won't even tell me even after the fact. So,
You know, you can't keep your mouth shut.
well, I do.
There it
have
was. Thanks, Kelly.
You're welcome. I've been married to him for almost 18 years, so we got this.
right, but definitely go check out Mountains of Metal. even if it's you one sale, I hope that somebody buys something from you from watching this, Nick. And once again, you do get good quality. You get good quality stuff. And in many cases, you're the originator of the idea. So I'd rather buy and support that than knockoff stuff. So, Nick, I hate to do this because I've got more people I got to get to, man. But we greatly appreciate you being on here, man.
Yeah, I miss all y'all. Hopefully, I'll
too.
see y'all.
We're gonna have to wheel. We've got to wheel together at some point.
Yes.
I was gonna say, I
Yes,
don't
we
think
do.
I'll see you till Supercell.
Yeah, let me
Yeah.
get my
Well,
contacts.
Well, I will be there. Yeah,
There you
I saw something the other day. They were looking for who's coming. I was like, hell yeah, we're going.
Yeah.
Tom has me on that for just figuring out vendors and stuff like that. So
Well, put us down because we'll be there.
don't worry, you're already down.
All right, good.
Well, there you go. So, Nick, there's no way to do this. No easy way. We always tell you this.
No gentle way. We appreciate you being on the channel tonight. And guys, I put a link in the comment section, mountains, the number 2 metal.com. Check them out. Put the Cyber Squatch code in there as well. For
And
you.
also remember, anybody we're on here tonight, I'm not getting any. There's no affiliate links. I don't do that kind of stuff. So if you see us talking about it, it's just because we want to talk about.
I'll say
good-
3 of my customers have bought his camera relocation kit, and Laura talked about it.
Yes, Laura did talk about it.
And I had 2 of my customers buy another brand. I won't say which one it was, but then I told him about Nick's, and hands down are so happy.
That's awesome.
Cool. Thank you.
Well, Nick,
All
we
right,
will
checks
see you
in-
this
checks
spring,
in
buddy.
the mail, you guys. All right.
Thanks, Nick. See you later.
Well, that was Nick with Mountains Metal, guys. Definitely go over there and check them out if you know. I love all the little attachment stuff they do.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
That's the thing. I love all of his. I don't think there's anything I don't like of his. And you guys introduced me to Nick last year. I met him on the show, and then I got to meet him at.
She's
Supercell.
basically saying this nice stuff because she got a hoodie.
Yeah, I did get a hoodie,
The hoodie's pretty awesome.
The hoodie.
and it's
She loves that
it's
hoodie.
still one of the softest hoodies I own. Okay,
100%.
still love it.
Well,
But
David,
no,
you-
I love all of his stuff, and like Dave and Kelly mentioned before, it's truly about the customer service.
Mm-hmm.
You can buy it cheaper from China, but you're not going to get a hold of them as soon as something goes wrong.
100%.
Yeah, or it's 14 different companies of trying to figure out who's who.
Jess, what were you going to say before Dave pivots?
You were talking about
Okay.
that antenna mount, and I have the Mountains to Metal tailgate antenna mount, right? Tiny, it's got a little arm, comes out behind my spare on my Bronco. I've probably had 15 people ask me about it since I put it on there, 6 months ago. Just that little tiny stuff that you're oh, this is awesome. And I'm happy to tell people about, I'm excited because you said, we know Nick, we met the family, we met the Mountains Metal team, and it's a good product. So
Yeah, no, they are super nice. Well, we're trying to.
Keep going.
I've
Oh,
got
there it is. Okay. My bad.
these, man.
You leave my espresso martini out of this.
I've been running live streams for 6 years now or so.
Should I leave?
No.
Okay.
Speaking of,
Little marital nation for you
That's
there
right.
before we bring our next folks in.
that's right. All the way
And-
from the Salt Lick of the Earth,
What?
Utah.
Salt Lake
Wow.
City.
Oh my
We got
God.
Salt Lake City. We got Mr. Allen, and then
We got Brandon
And
with
then-
him too.
let's go, Brandon. What's up, buddy?
Oh wow. I can't even.
You know we did that on purpose.
You better unmute Alan.
Yeah.
yeah, Alan's on
He's out.
mute, so this might go.
Yeah, Alan's on
quick.
mute, Brandon. There he goes.
There
There
you
he
go.
goes.
What's up, guys?
Oh nope, Alan's still on mute.
No, I'm
No.
not.
Can't hear you.
I hear him.
Yeah. We can hear him. I was watching football in the
There
background.
it is. There you are.
Well, for one thing, there's just too many Michigan people in this stream all of a sudden.
Yeah.
There's way too many Michigan people. Well, boys, I feel like we just saw you guys in Vegas. And Vegas, it was cold, for one thing. I went to go to Vegas to get that 75, that last little bit of heat. And what did y'all do to me?
We were freezing outside.
Bet you were being outside. I bet you were cold.
It was what was funny is you could watch the sun where it was hitting in the parking lot, 50, 60 yards out at 8, 9 o'clock. and it was as the sun was getting higher, it was getting closer to us, and you saw everybody go out and stand in the sun.
Oh yeah, to
You know.
warm up.
Look at each other like, who's going?
You're like, who's it this time? Like, who gets to tag in? Brandon, if you're talking, you're muted. If
I'm
you're
not
not, if you weren't talking to us, that was okay. I just didn't want you to be talking.
No, I'm just mouthing words over here.
Oh, yeah, it happens to the best of us, for sure. Well, for those that don't know, Brandon and Alan are with Diabolical Inc. And if you've been around the channel for any amount of time, you know that this is our favorite security product that is in our vehicle, not to mention the slide shelf that we have in there as well.
Yes.
The slide drawer. Of course, I'm going to
The sunshade, anything Alan
like-
can seem to slip into our vehicle. Somehow I've got Diabolical stuff.
I'm
in
like
there.
some espresso martinis in, and I can't be held accountable for the names of the products that I might see tonight or might say tonight. So
Might
my
see?
apologies. Shh. Just shh.
Okay.
He had to go refill his ice. So we're going to talk about Diabolical tonight because obviously, like I said, you guys know that we're huge fans because for those that have not been around the channel, this product has saved our life more than we can even imagine.
Wait, saved our life?
Saved our financial
Sorry, guys.
life.
I want to get into this one. What were we doing?
Saved our financial life more than I can.
Save my camera gear. That's
Your
for sure.
camera gear, our daughter's catcher's gear that adds up. You don't want to do the math on that one. Her softball gear, we can't even talk about it. So all the things. And I know, Jess, you've been like talking to people about this product when you were out of town, what, 2 weeks ago, last weekend, something like that?
Weekends ago, I actually I texted Alan because somebody said, "Thanks for showing us your slide floor. We went and ordered one," and I was like, "Where's my check?" It's I'm out on the trails, literally in the middle of the backwoods in Kentucky, and somebody mentions Diabolical, and my ears perk up, and I'm like, "I have one of those."
You're like, wait, I
So-
know them.
Yeah, I dragged them right over to the back of my rig and showed them the slide floor and how it works.
What do you
and
like-
They were like, "This is awesome." So
like
and I
the
gave them, I
Beagle
have
of
like a
Diabolical?
sales pitch for it. That it works perfect for all my off-road gear, but it also works perfect for like when I go to Sam's Club and I need to bring all my groceries out of it.
Right. Well, this
So,
is
there
the
you go.
Slipstream.
Yeah.
And this is what Kelly was talking about, which is very cool. And Alan, you put a lot of thought into this thing where people can't even get to the nuts. If they wanted to disassemble this thing, forget it, right?
It's one of those kind of call it a curse where I'm always trying to think of how it can be better. And it is what it is,
Well, it's funny, Alan. I won't name names, but we did have a manufacturer come over to our truck one time and actually look in the back and go, "Man, I just can't do it better." Like they realize that they just can't do the product better, and that's a huge saying, especially in this industry right now when everybody's trying to copy and do all the things when it comes to products and kind of come up with their version of the product. And I will definitely say there's nothing I've had complaints on in the 2 years we've had it on our Broncos. It's been amazing for us along the way.
Yeah, and I know there's Tuffy and them sell something similar, but it takes up all your cargo area back here because it mounts to the floor. I don't know who thought of their design, but it wasn't very good. And Alan's the kind of company that, like, if you get feedback and you like go, "Oh, okay, I see what they need." Like, you've changed like some of the hinges and stuff since this photo, right?
Not the hinges. We eliminated the quick release pins,
Yeah, these things right here. Yeah.
pin levers, like your freedom panels.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is when I seen that, I was like, "Damn it, man!" Which you offer where you can
Retrofit.
Yeah, retrofit those things.
We created a retro kit, so it gives you a plate to shows you where to put it, drill a hole, and a specialty bolt we developed. It's just simple and easy, so you can actually do that, and the bolt stays in place.
That's awesome.
That was the first thing that we got was when we came out with it. Somebody says, "Dang, I bought this, 6 months ago or a year ago," and it's like, yeah, we can make a retro kit. We figured it out. It was actually pretty easy.
That's
Nice.
awesome.
And here's the slide out drawer that Kelly was talking about, which I
Jess was talking
I'm sorry,
about.
Jess. This is my favorite product. I think that we have in the Broncos. We just put this one in the Raptor.
Yep.
Was happy to get it back because once again, like at the grocery, man, she always buys these gallon jugs of water, and you buy a dozen of them at a time, and I don't want to have to reach in there and grab them.
For what, I don't buy a dozen, and for two, why do I buy those jugs of water? What do you have in your cup right now that I buy that jug of water for?
I don't know what you're talking about.
The distilled water for the ice maker. So guess what, folks? He appreciates it. Don't let him complain about those water jugs.
No, but like this is nice. Like with Sydney's, all the catcher's gear and stuff, like you were saying earlier, you can slide the drawer out. She can organize her stuff on the fly before she goes back to the ball fields. It's a nice feature. And especially like if you're camping, somebody asked me in one of my videos, or the video I think we did of it, Alan, a year or so ago that I did of this, they said, hey, can you still use the tables for the hatch? And I was like, 100%. I used our table all the time alongside with yours, because it was nice. You could prep food and stuff on the table, or you could put the stove up there and you still had like a whole counter space to work off of.
Yeah. And go ahead, Alan. I didn't mean.
Love seeing how people use it and, ask the questions about it and try and help them figure out what's the best fit. So,
well, the one cool thing I'll tell you too, folks, is that if you don't see a picture of a product with one of Alan's products on a vehicle, give him a call. His number's right there on the website. Sorry, I'm going to introduce them to call you. But Alan wants to know if his stuff works, if things work with his product. And he's tried and true a lot of products, and he can tell you, yes, this works, or no, this doesn't, because of this.
Yeah.
So just know that's another thing where we were talking about smaller businesses, is that you're going to get that one-on-one experience that is helping you develop a product that's better to make everybody happy in the long run. Because at the end of the day, like Alan said, this is kind of his, I won't say bane of existence, but that's the first word that I can think of right now, is that you're like always trying to develop, try to make it better. But it's really like you're just trying to make it work for everybody so that everybody has that availability of the product. And Dave's actually pulling up a picture of where we use it quite a bit this summer.
Keep stalling.
And this honestly, the slide drawer was amazing for this, because this beast is a little awkward.
Well, it's one of the bigger refrigerator freezers you can get.
It's one of the bigger refrigerator freezers we could get. And we used it at the ball field every single weekend that we were at the ball field. And to lift it up and then be able to slide it straight in was a huge win for us. And Alan, you've told us before, but I don't remember, what is the weight capacity on this slide drawer?
So one of the things that in what you've got kind of like the Gen 1 slide floor from like a year and a half ago when we first came out with it.
Mm-hmm.
And what we've done is we've gotten away from that little jog on the driver's side where it allows for the bump out in the tailgate.
Mm-hmm.
Really lose like an inch and a half, so we made that go straight across, so it's stronger now. The slides are rated at 250 pounds per side, so 500-pound aggregate.
Nice.
And what we do is, it's a 3 aluminum tray, so it's extremely stout. You've seen me stand on it at shows. If I don't have the top on a vehicle, and bouncing on it. And, it's just, it's got lifetime AccuRide slides on it. To me, it's, for paying a little more for lifetime warranty slides, and those are heavy. You break those, good on you for breaking it. Because it's 1/8 inch thick stamped steel with 1/4 inch diameter bearings in it. So if you did something either you really weren't supposed to or what. But the cool thing is
it doesn't mean hold my beer.
I just see those backyard wrestling things. Somebody trying to jump through this.
But all you do is call AccuRide up and give them the number and send it to them, and they'll replace it.
That's awesome.
Nice.
That's the great.
That's awesome, because that's news to me, because I didn't know that one. I knew that there was that kind of warranty involved in it, but that's good to know that it's just that easy to go ahead and get it taken care of.
talked about it, do we save a few bucks, and make a little bit more profit, and it's like, I'd rather give the better product.
Yeah.
Yeah, and definitely a better product. Of course, you don't do obviously just Broncos. You guys do. You kind of started out with Jeeps, right?
Yep. 2015 is kind of like when we really started. The end of 2017 went full time with it. And, because obviously I had a Jeep, I didn't know Brandon back then, but, it's pretty much all Jeeps out here. And, it drove me crazy waiting 2 years to get my Bronco from day one ordering it. And I used somebody else's here locally that, got theirs before mine a year in advance. And that's when we started the crossover to doing the Broncos. And,
Right.
The other thing I wanted to throw out real quick on, is don't lose the access to your underfloor storage.
Mhm.
Yes.
It
Yeah.
was somebody today that had sent me, pictures. Hey, this is what I'm looking at getting, was the truck vault box, the wood box. And I said, they've been around for a long time, but this is what you don't get. And went over those things with aluminum lifetime and the access to the underfloor. It's literally about the same price, So it's just one of those things is, how do you make it better? What's the functionality of it? And does it fit what your needs are?
Well, the biggest thing, everybody wants to. You have a vehicle that you can take the top and leave it at home, but you go shopping or you want to go do something in it in town. I love off-roading, but 90% of the time I use our vehicle, I'm in town doing something with it. And it's nice that if I was out, I can feel secure, which I did. We were in Chattanooga, Tennessee,
Mhm.
Tennessee, and I had several $1,000s worth of camera gear in the back of my truck with no topper on it. And I was like, I'm not worried about it.
Yeah.
Because I knew nobody was getting in this thing.
Yep.
That's the
but-
biggest sales pitch ever. Is that kind of how I explain it? Is the biggest problem with the Jeep or the Bronco is you can't take the top and the doors off and leave anything in it.
100%.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, so you're doing Jeep stuff. Obviously you got a Black Friday deal, but you've picked up I got to see it at SEMA. You've picked up Ineos, right?
Yep.
There it is.
Right there.
I was like, where'd it go? And of course, this hot little thing, man, like the Grenadier, what is it?
Grenadier.
Yeah, Grenadier.
Grenadier.
I always want to say Grenader for some reason.
Same.
But you've got slide out floor stuff with this, which is really cool. That like you're one of the only companies I know doing anything with this, and I'm seeing these things all over town. I'm like, why is Alan the only guy wanting to build stuff
Mhm.
for it? For one,
We need to go meet our neighbor that has one.
I know. For one, they're expensive. So, and for
Alan says,
Alan,
yes, you do.
and for Alan, they'll pay for stuff like this. And of course, you can get these things are built for extreme. Let's go out in the
Yes.
safari for a week at a time. Like you need the most extreme product, which seeing what you were doing in SEMA, man, was pretty impressive.
SEMA was really good. We had half a dozen Ineos dealers from across the country. People from Australia, Canada, South America that are all familiar with these already.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Up out asking about all the different products and what we can do and work with them. Just found out there's a new Ineos dealer that launched today on Facebook in the Detroit area.
Oh wow.
Only 21 in the US and only 2 in Canada. So, what's really cool is keep that picture up right there. I just finished it today. What we call a leveling kit, that side of that box that completely levels it over, even over those wheel wells straight across to the
Oh, cool.
and on the driver's side, there's a panel on the back that you have to have access to get to your jack that these companies that make stuff out of wood and steel that are over in Europe and Australia it covers that up to where you can't have access to it anymore. So we actually made a hinged panel so you can get to that because other people are making mounts for compressors in there.
That's
And then-
awesome.
thing on the other side. So it's a nice little cubby to store some quick access stuff. But you know, with that and a 7-inch drawer, you know, it's completely level when the seats are folded down. I mean, completely level.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
of course.
And I will say that that's a big complaint on the Bronco side of things, where it's like, hey, how do I level out my floor? So it's great that you picked that up and saw, hey, let's make that work in this vehicle right here.
Yeah, this was what I saw at SEMA that I really liked, was how you had the shelf, plus you had the drawer system under it, plus you still have room for all your camping gear, whatever you need to take with you. Very impressive, man. And the locks, I liked all the new stuff that I've seen you're doing with this.
Yeah, that's an older picture. Paddle latches. That's what you saw at SEMA.
Mm-hmm.
The supplier for that, so we went to the paddle latches. With that, in that picture right there, we also listening to people wanting to be able to still put a fridge on top of it, in between that and what we call the mid deck shelf, which holds 200 pounds easy, because I stayed up there for a half hour on it.
He was taking a nap.
Alan will do anything for
No.
a sale. He'll do anything for a sale.
He dances.
He does dance.
Yeah. We actually created a 4-inch riser that bolts onto the side mounts, which bolt to the 2 factory D-rings in the plastic, so it doesn't modify anything, and it fits the contour of the body. Those are actually quick release spin knobs and carriage bolts holding that aluminum tray in place, so you can take it out in 60 seconds.
That's
So,
awesome.
right, it's easily removable. And then we just shot a video today doing an install on our upper deck, which is a drop down deck from up above that's 7 inches of height storage, and it's 42 inches wide. So that's in some of the newer pictures that Brandon's doing the updating on, and we're getting all the brochures and everything, as we've had again half a dozen dealers so far that we reached out to before SEMA have responded back with, how can we set them up as a dealer? So
Yeah.
we're excited about
Yeah, no,
That's awesome.
it's great to see you guys coming out with more stuff for other brands. I'm sure there's other vehicles you're probably like just itching to get a hold of. So I know there's a few new trucks that could use some parts. Definitely the Ranger Raptor could use a few diabolical things. I do know.
Yeah.
That's the only bummer about that truck, was there was no storage anywhere for anything. Go ahead,
We
Al.
had a different kind of truck in the shop a couple of weeks ago, right before SEMA.
Hmm.
We had a Cybertruck in there.
Oh man, Jess, your favorite.
I swear we saw I would say I swear we saw every single Cybertruck at SEMA, but I don't think we saw every single Cybertruck at SEMA, and we saw a lot of Cybertrucks at SEMA.
Yes.
I thought looked really good was outside the West Hall on the front side.
The Woody?
The Woody. It
Just did a
Just
short on
did a
that.
video on that.
headlights, it looked great. That was
You gotta watch my video, Alan. It's amazing.
I don't think that video meant amazing.
Whoa. You leave it alone.
Too soon.
12
Too
cents.
soon. Jeez, he's such a hater.
Hey man, Cybertrucks need things too.
That's
You know?
true.
And that's a great thing. And like I was saying about other vendors, man, it's nice that you guys are American made. You're ex-military, so that's thank you for your service on that.
Former military.
I said ex-military.
Let's just say former military.
Sorry.
I'm not it doesn't like the word X. So
I'm a stupid redneck from Tennessee.
It's true
man.
story.
But no, I once again, we've known Alan for a couple years now,
Yeah.
and I reached out wanting to talk to Alan because I really believed in what he was doing, and after getting the product, definitely can back it. It's 100%. I love it. I know Jess has some. Mark's been in your booth. I think anytime you're in Tennessee, Mark's got a vehicle there. It seems like.
Yeah, Mark, what do you have of Alan's?
So the only two-door on the screen right now. Yeah, so I have the Slipstream goes in the four-door. I have the locker system, which is the similar system. It's just for the two-door instead of the four. So I have his locker, and Alan was the only one doing a slide floor for a two-door, which, people are like, oh, I don't need to read. There's no depth to a two-door. But as everyone's pointed out, like if you're trying to put stuff in there or want something on there and have that back end slide out, like that shelf's great. Like anything you put on it, like it's just readily accessible. So, and Alan works with you every step of the way. I mean, last Supercell, we installed that slide floor 5 times, re-drilling holes, getting it just right, getting the measurements right, so it would clear the lip and get underneath the bump out on the back of the Bronco tailgate. But it's just fun to see those guys innovate like on the fly. Al took one look at it. Oh, drop those holes 5/8. I'm like, no, you drop those holes 5/8.
I ain't dropping shit.
He took one look at it and then just eyeballs like, yeah, that's the measurement. Zip and drilled out 4 holes, perfectly spaced and even. We remounted it and everything slid, perfectly fine. So. But it's fun to watch that sort of innovation and the back and forth. I've seen Alan work with other customers that said, hey, there's a problem. This doesn't work. Alan's like, come here, it works. Let me show you. And, he takes everybody's feedback, works with everybody that contacts them.
Well, I think Diabolical Mark is the only company I know that kind of pretty much knows across the market what works in their vehicle or with their stuff and what doesn't. Yeah. You can ask anybody else and they're like, I don't have time to worry about that. Where Alan, you guys really pay attention to what your customers are putting in there.
Yeah, we actually finally got some feedback from one customer, not feedback, but actually pictures and measurements on exactly working with the tailgate table, call it, from Ford.
Yeah, I think you're right. I can't remember the actual name, but yeah.
Yeah, and there's a couple of ways to make that work with it, and we'll probably come up with a little mod, more of a template, so they understand it if they have that, being able to get a template so they know where to kind of just cut a little bit of the floor, just because of where they mount stuff to the body itself has got slight interference. So you just have to figure out, do you want a full enclosure? If so, yes, you just have to do a little bit of trimming. I've had people that have trimmed, the front edge off of that where it goes up against the angled plastic at the base of the seats, taken off, I think like an inch of it, and then put it all back in, and that works. We've thought about a different way to just do a bracket so you're not having to cut a front edge off. Seeing how we can work with them. That way there's not an issue with anything that comes out from the factory, and you don't lose the functionality of something you want from the factory.
For sure.
Even no deleting things. Let everything be of value. One of that last picture that you had, I just wanted to throw out real quick, new on the 2-door that we just started selling a couple of months ago, is actually the 2-door stage. So that's the last thing down there. That is actually the 4-inch riser with a removable top that levels out with the seats being folded on a 2-door. And then we also make a pull-out tray for it. Now those don't have the lifetime AccuRide slides, because to me it puts it kind of out of reach of what people would spend on a 2-door for being able to just have that in about a 3-inch tall tray. But again, it's the removable top, just like the regular drawer system with the spin knobs that hold that top panel on. And you still have the notched out access panel. Mark, we made a notched out access panel.
Good.
It was just, what, we're already there. Let's just make it the same as everything else. And it just so much nicer.
And it levels everything out. Like like what we try to do is get that level surface.
Well, because everybody wants a sleep platform. Now, as somebody who has actually slept in the back of a Bronco, I can tell you it's not great no matter what. But I guess some people like to really rough it, and definitely that does help out a little bit, I would say.
I was surprised that a year ago in Colorado at the Supercell Colorado, we had a guy about Mark's size come up and said that he sleeps in the back of his 2-door.
Oof.
And I said,
I'm
what?
not sleeping in the back of my 2-door.
Mark says, nope, not it.
No.
So, Alan, it looks like you got a Black Friday deal going on here.
Mm-hmm.
It's a large one. So the regular Black Friday is 15% off of anything, all the different models and stuff, if that's what you want. Or if you buy a Slipstream kit, you can get a free mat and molly.
Ooh.
And here's one of the mats. Love these things. Super nice. I love this stuff. Very nice. Easy. When I'm constantly bumping my arms and stuff on this thing because
100%.
she's makes me sit on there like a puppy on the back of the thing. She won't let me.
Yes, that's it. I make you sit on there like a puppy.
She's like, heel boy.
Wow.
But no, seriously, like guys, check out Diabolical. Of course, like the other vendors. Alan's been a good friend of ours for a while. We appreciate talking about good vendors.
Yeah.
And
we only bring to you the products that we would put in our vehicles, and we do have in our vehicles. So just kind of keep that in mind as, for whatever that's worth, we want to talk about the products that make sense to us and make life
and
work.
3 of the 4 of us here have product in their vehicles. So I'm just going to say that, Allie. I'm just saying. I'm just going to make room for some Diabolical in there.
It's right in the back of my Bronco. I don't know what to tell you.
Right. Well, Alan, we greatly appreciate you guys coming on tonight.
Brandon, thank you for joining as well tonight. We appreciate you guys jumping on. We know it was kind of last minute to come on the show and talk to us this evening, so we appreciate you jumping on with us.
Yeah, and remember, Alan's personal number is on that website.
and he will answer.
Yeah,
he will.
We've seen him. We've seen him at shows.
I challenge somebody to call him right now.
Wait, let me get my phone.
Right. Well, guys, I got a few more things to get to, but I appreciate it. And Alan, we'll see you this spring, I'm sure.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right. Later, guys.
Bye, guys.
Yes.
That was Alan and Brandon with Diabolical. And thanks for them coming on here. Appreciate that. Jess made a whole presentation. That here, because
Jess presents.
That's right. Jess, because obviously we wanted to talk to some companies like that, but there's other companies out there that have killer deals. Our buddies with IAG, I know Allie's favorite company has some deals.
Yeah, I have their list right here. Hold on. So IAG is doing, starting at midnight, like actually on Black Friday, they're doing 15% off IAG off-road and 20% off the I-Line.
Nice.
So like pretty much anything Bronco. They also have mystery bundles where you can double your money's worth of products, but again, it's mystery stuff. And they gave me a couple of like hints of like what it's going to be, and it's decent stuff. And you also get a mystery gift for any purchase over $2.99.
I can bring this up. I will actually share it, but hold on a second.
Just pull that over there.
And IAG's doing like a sale right now. Like
yeah. Like they have a bunch of overstock stuff.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's like
extra junk.
All like I have carts full that I don't have the money to be spending on this crap right now. But here we are.
Yes,
We're not in this.
Completely.
If you have like an Affirm account, Allie, you could just pay it over 12 months.
No, we're just gonna bite the bullet.
Don't put these ideas in people's heads, Jess.
Yeah, don't. No, none of that.
I'm trying to pay off my PayPal account right now.
IAG is clearing the shelves.
Clear the shelves. That's right, Admotive.
Give me a second.
Your time's up.
Well,
Jess worked really hard on this.
I know she did, and I'm trying to make it work. Y'all talk.
She made a cute little shopping cart.
I know.
Sorry.
Oh my God,
Kelly's-
my dog is like body slamming the door.
Do what?
My dog is body slamming the door.
That's
Nice.
hilarious. There we go. That's what I needed. Just give me a second to share. Stop huffing.
You have to bring up Jess's masterpiece.
I know he won't stop.
It's not.
My hands are right here.
He's being sassy. Imagine that.
No.
Do I need to take over this meeting?
Right.
Possibly.
Woohoo! See, I did it. I did it.
Can I have it back?
Yeah, you can have it back now. Just don't mess it up.
Don't mess it up.
Oh, it's messed up.
All right. So, whoa.
Told you not to mess it up.
All right, there was the deal that Allie was talking about right there, the Overstock, and starts the 25th. So when is that?
That's today.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, nice.
IAG hadn't announced yet, Hypermotive, their Black Friday sales. So I only found info on their pre-Black Friday sales. So a little teaser to start off with.
That's
Bye,
right.
Nick.
And one thing to be said to this, guys, if there are vendors or companies that you want to support and you want the sneak peek to some of these deals so you can plan accordingly, sign up for their mailing lists. And I know that sounds like old school, but it means so much to them along much longer or much further down the road than you think it does to
'cause
benefit them.
We were talking to a vendor the other night,
Yeah.
and they were like, we found out half our emails weren't going where they're supposed to, and they were pretty pissed about it.
Well, and then they ended up finding out that it was actually super helpful to their sales once they did get everybody involved. So folks, just kind of keep that in mind. I know we all get so many emails, but those that are important to you, like if you want to have the best deals and the
Bronco
easy
parts, Jeep parts, all the off-road parts are very important.
Yes,
they
all
should
the
not go to
parts.
spam, is what you're saying.
Correct.
What do we got here, Jess?
Well, and that's where I found, I started doing some research so we could have this conversation this evening. But, the first few vendors that I came across are all vendors that I get their emails. So I didn't have to look very hard. It was all in my inbox.
Nice. Nice. So
Like
tell
this
us about
one.
Rockbox.
Yes, don't tell us all your secrets.
Oh, so just get all the emails. I get like 500 emails a day. Seriously.
True story.
It's
Same.
a true story. Not fun ones though. Those are the ones that I make money off of. Anyway, so Rockbox does mud flaps and a few other things, but I have on my vehicle their front mud flaps for my Wild Track that work great.
What's a Wild Track?
They're not retired yet. Shh.
I'm a Bronco. My limited edition Wild Track Bronco.
That's it.
But they also have rally mud flaps, and they have like 4,000 different colors. So you can put them on like any vehicle you want. They're not vehicle specific. So there's
Well,
also
and they're honestly the best mud flaps that I've seen out there.
Yeah, I put them on 2 years ago to kind of not really mud, but help the rock kickback.
How's
from
mud
my
working out
tires.
for you, Jess?
Stop it. She's not ready to talk about it.
What? I don't know where my Bronco is.
She can check on the Ford Pass app, but that's the extent of what she's got right now.
A company me and Mark both know about, Oracle Lighting. Mark
Y'all know way too much about it.
More than most knows about this company. Mark, what do you have like Oracle all over your truck, right?
I do. So I've got the Oracle Oculus headlights. I've got the flush mount tail lights. I have their Vega 4-pod for my ditch lights on the front A pillars, and then much to Dave's chagrin, I have, as he calls it, the ball cap visor light.
Yes.
I like Grumper light.
The Grumper. It's not the Grumper though. It's a visor. But I'll tell you what. As far as form, fit, and function, that visor integrated light bar, there's nothing else like it. And I know
it looks great. It looks great. And on sunny days, you got your sun protection.
Gosh.
No, I kid. It goes with especially what I know the theme of what you're working on. It's gonna really stand out and look really cool. 20% off.
Yeah, I wish I had this. I don't know if they're doing 20% off at the Stampedes when I was buying and ordering all this stuff.
Right.
But
you might have gotten a better show price.
Oracle's fantastic. They're out of Louisiana. Great product, great family, great group of guys. See them at a bunch of the shows and talk to Justin at SEMA about some of their stuff. So no, totally support Oracle and the stuff that they're doing.
Awesome.
Morimoto. Mark, I believe you had some Morimoto lights at the beginning, right?
I did. That was my first aftermarket. I switched to the Morimotos. I got a ticket because of the laws of Tennessee and color shifting headlights. So I removed those. And then Jess inherited the 4-banger pod lights. Those were my initial ditch lights. And when I switched over to the Vegas, when Oracle released those, Jess went, "Oh, cool! I can then have your other ones."
That's not how it went. It went how everything else goes. And I go out there and I'm like, "Babe, what are you doing?" He's like, "Oh, I'm installing these."
Yeah.
Sweet.
Oh, trust me. I heard about that with the Oracle lights on Rebecca because Dave was like, before I knew it, Mark already had them half installed on the Bronco. So I didn't even get a chance to set up the camera.
Yeah, I was going to
Probably
video
didn't
this.
even have
Mark,
to call Babe.
I turned around, Mark's at the grill and everything already off. I was like, well, I guess we're not filming this. No, super nice lights. Really like them. Of course, Diabolical, who we just talked about. Big deals for those guys there.
And this is right on the top of their website, folks. So definitely check out Diabolical Inc. on their website.
All
and
the
these codes.
images in this, vendor showcase. It's all right from the vendor's website, so it shouldn't be anything hidden. You guys should be able to go right to their sites and find that info.
All right, Best Top. I know
Ooh,
Allie is a Best Top person. She, I think you're missing your Sunriser, right?
Sadly, yes, but I will be getting another one.
On Friday.
I think hers is on the way.
Something like that.
But you would buy that all over again, obviously, Allie. That
100. If they didn't reach out to me and like if we weren't already having a conversation, like I was already planning on buying another one.
Yeah.
And I rode with that. So I tested it in 22. They put it on in October of 22, and I drove that thing up until I traded it in. Had no issues with it. I needed an adjustment, and they told me exactly what to do. And I just have like nothing but great things to say about this company.
Bronco
That's
chiropractor.
Kinda.
Still one adjustment, yeah.
One adjustment, you're fine.
No, especially Jeep people. If you Best Top, because if you need a replacement top, they are the top to get. And Bronco people are slowly going to learn this when the factory tops start wearing out. Quality company. I think they're based out of Colorado, if I remember right.
They are.
And I know they have a design center in Michigan.
Mhm.
But just they stand behind their product like no other company I've seen. Like they're very passionate about what they do. And it looks like we can save up to 15% off, Kelly.
Well, and you can see that they're not a brand new company either. They've been established since 1954. So something to think about too from that perspective is that they've been in the game a while. Now we did definitely get a chance to see. I've actually got I think it's a reel coming that will have a walk around of their e-top. Obviously that's not included in their Black Friday sale, but for those that don't know, they do have an electric top on available as well.
Do you use it on Electric Avenue?
Yes. So you do have that ability to go ahead and see Best Top from that perspective as well. And I think, Allie, it's available in Ford accessories now, their electric top.
Yes.
So it's available in Ford accessories, but you can also get it on their website.
And it's cheaper to get it on their website.
It is cheaper to go directly to their website. Just to
And I actually don't think Ford is using the Best Top one. It starts with a P.
I thought in their comments
I'm pretty sure
section,
it was branded Best Top.
Yeah, in their
Yeah, it was a SEMA.
Yeah, at SEMA it was, and I think I looked on the website the other day. It actually said in their comment section that it was Best Top top.
Oh, maybe they switched it then, because originally the company started with a P.
Oh, okay.
I'll have to find it.
We don't talk about companies that start with P's.
Wow. Anyway,
Rhino, Jess.
Hey.
Jess is we just dropped a video that upwards of 150 people watched.
Hey.
So guys, after this video, please go watch that video. But no, Kelly just did a nice walk around of the booth of Rhino USA's booth. Of course, Jess is a brand ambassador of them. And anytime that I will say you're probably the best brand ambassador I've seen, Jess, because
100%.
a lot of times they just want product and they don't give a damn, you're like, hey, try this out. Like you are like doing exactly what an ambassador should do with their products. But they're already a pretty affordable product, but it looks like we're going to get a little better deal.
And the reason I walked around the Rhino booth with Jess is because I know Jess knew the product better, because like Dave said, she actually wants to know about the product and what there is around there. So if you're looking for Rhino products outside of maybe you missed the Black Friday deals or that type of thing, Jess is Unbridled Bronco on Instagram. And are you on YouTube too?
No, just Instagram. There's
Just
a
Instagram.
Facebook, but it just feeds for my Instagram. So
Gotcha. So definitely check out Instagram with Unbridled Bronco, because she definitely shows the products too.
We have, before we met Jess, we have their little recovery kit, nice bag, gives you toe straps and stuff. Very, very nice.
For sure.
Curious, it doesn't
I'm
say
a
on
huge
there,
fan of it.
doesn't say on there what their deals are, but I would say they're going to be pretty cool. And as Jess always likes to say, you can get it at Walmart.
it's like a big thing that they're in Walmart now.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Now, Turn Off-Road, they make a little bit of everything from, I believe, Mark, aren't they the same Turn for the hard tops? And
Yeah, so Turn Off-Road, they just released their hard top. Our friend Evil Truck Bill, I think, is running it.
Bill
I would have,
Very
if their logo wasn't on the side of it, it'd be on our
Yeah.
But they make tops, they make bumpers, they make fender flares. Actually, fender flares that I wouldn't mind getting myself.
I don't need them. I can't.
Nope.
We got a Raptor. Sorry, Mark. We can't
Got
be
it.
fender buddies.
Oh, we've got a Raptor.
Oh, bougie now.
Look, people that have 4
Yeah,
cars
but you
for
have
2
two
people.
Broncos in your driveway.
No, we don't.
No, we got one.
Sure don't.
Well, technically, you own 2 Broncos.
Ugh.
So
Yeah.
But it looks like 20% off on suspension, which is suspension's
that's
expensive.
a significant discount.
And
That's
I
huge,
saved
yeah.
I will say with Icon last year,
Yeah.
I saved a ton of money on Black Friday. So
and then we turned around and sold it to
don't bring
Laura.
that crap up. Sorry, Laura. Laura's got a nice Bronco. But go check those guys out because 20% is that's pretty bitching. Metal Cloak. I don't know a ton about Metal Cloak. I know they've been around forever.
So Metal Cloak started Jeep community, skid plates, trail arms, upper control arms. Bronco runs them. They had great
Oh, that's
videos
right.
on installing. So if you watch,
Oh, those
Dave's walk
skids were
around,
awesome.
they're known because they're bright gold. They gold anodize all of their stuff for protection. But really solid company, very, very well made.
Up to 35% off and free shipping. That's pretty incredible.
That's huge.
That's huge.
Because that stuff, their stuff is very well engineered and you're paying for it.
Well, and I like that they put product shipping daily because you're not waiting. Some of the bigger manufacturers will wait until the end of their sale and then start shipping. So the fact that they're fulfilling as you kind of order, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. And next up, Novasite, who Kelly, we have gotten to know Novasite a little bit. We still haven't got to open these yet. But hold on a minute. Let's
Hey,
see.
look at that.
Yeah, there's the Halo lights, which I'm quite interested in this. Yes, everything about that I've seen so far is super quality.
Yeah.
I mean, are they the top brand out there? No, but they don't want to be. They want to be the brand that is quality plus you can actually afford because LED is expensive anymore.
Well, and what's cool about it is they're sending us this to give it a shot, and then they
Kelly, your mic.
Yeah.
generation coming out.
We can't hear you.
Your mic.
Sorry,
Hi, that's me.
she's new to this.
I'm not.
She's
new. Shut your
New
mouth.
studio.
New studio. Who dis? But what's
New
cool?
podcast. Who dis?
What's cool about these two is that they sent us these to give us a shot or to have us check them out, and then there's another developed generation that's in the works right now that's actually coming soon that we should get our hands on too.
This is a company that likes to work with YouTube channels and do the whole promotion whatever. I don't do that. So when you see us talk about them, you're not going to find like, hey, go over to my put All Terrain Nation to save whatever. No,
Although we're
man.
probably dumb about that, to be honest with
Probably.
you.
We're
How
probably
much money
dumb.
are we leaving on the table?
But I like my opinion to be my opinion.
For sure.
but no, like I'm pretty excited to check those out. Of course, nice sale, 4 pieces up to 25% off.
Yeah.
Very cool. And they're, I will say I've paid attention to this company for a couple years now, and their quality just seems to get better and better. They started out with the rinky dink lights like everybody does, but now they're just doing their own thing, and they kind of have their own look, which I really kind of like. So
The more you spend, the more you save.
and the more you know.
Right? It's not about what you spend, it's about what you save.
Now, if you're you got a pickup truck or any off-road vehicle, you know this company right away, which is 4 Wheel Parts. Now they own almost everything. They're a conglomerate of Transamerica, which I think is under some other banner now. They make a little bit of everything, and if your favorite off-road company like Rough Country or any of those, they ended up buying them up, so they own all these companies. But I like that they have stores. Especially if you're skittish, you're new to kind of the off-road world or truck world in general. They have stores in probably every state.
Yeah. We have one in Nashville.
Well, we used to.
Oh, did they close it?
It's not there anymore.
Never mind. I take it back.
It was in a bad spot in Nashville.
It was.
But definitely they always have the parts out. Most of the parts you can get there. They do alignments, which for me, off-road trucks, I want an off-road company to do the alignment.
You want a special alignment?
Yeah, because we found with other vehicles, we found where they try to put it to factory spec, and they're kind of dumb to the fact that, oh, this isn't factory spec anymore. So they really took with your Xterra, they took a lot of time to make sure the alignment was correct. We used to know some people that worked there.
Yep.
I liked just going. That was my.
We had meetups there.
Yeah, we would just go hang out there.
Yeah.
But 4 Wheel Parts up to 20% off. They do have some Bronco stuff, some Bronco specific bumpers, stuff like that. Obviously Jeep. They've got everything for Jeep, so that's their bread and butter. But 4 Wheel Parts, I dig them.
But it's like anybody else. They kind of grow, I think I see they're branching out in products too.
KC, this was kind of when I was a kid, man. You remember the old Fall Guy truck, Mark?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, had the big KC lights on top of it, man.
Yeah.
They're kind of the benchmark of lights, and they had a low moment when LED kicked in. They seemed to be late to jump into that. But now they sort of own that market, man. Their light bars that they do, like what you see in this truck, for one, it's a lot of money. But oh my God, the quality and it's just
we can't even talk about how much money is probably on that truck right now.
Just in lights. Really dig KC stuff. They're actually starting stores now. I think they have one. We're all, spoiler alert, we're all going to Expo West or whatever they call it, and they have a store there.
You just spilled the beans.
I did, and we should get Allie to go too.
We should get Allie to go. Expo West.
But Mark, the B team's coming with us, and we're gonna go do that. It should be a lot of fun this spring. But
just as like I am.
I'm curious to.
Surprise! I like that it was Mark and the B team. Like,
sorry, Jess and the B team. Sorry, Jess and the B team.
No. You just said Mark and the B team instead of like the B team in general.
Yeah. Tom's Off Road. Who knows about these guys?
Who knows about these guys?
They do sell Bronco stuff. Gen 1 from On Up, good company. I hate to say I don't know a ton about Tom's Off Road. Obviously, we see them. I believe they're at Supercell.
Oh yeah,
Allie, they're a Supercell, aren't they?
This year too.
Yep. I thought.
But especially them and what's the guys out of California? The Mitchell, the son.
Talk about Wild Horses.
Wild Horses. They like to do a lot of first gen stuff.
You skipped ahead.
Yeah, 10% off on there.
Well, go back just a second. And one thing I want to point out is some of these manufacturers doing 10% is a huge deal. So just keep that in mind, folks.
I know you mean do like anything.
Yeah,
right.
You may think.
Well,
you may think 10% is only 10%, but 10% is a lot for some of these small guys.
Yeah, a lot of these companies are like what they call D margins, which is like they might make 5 to 10% and that's it. Where you think, oh, Walmart, some of these companies they make 50% on retail. Yeah. A lot of these companies don't.
So just keep in mind that you may not see more than 10% as their top on some of these companies.
Yeah. CJ Pony Parts, Mustangs, Broncos, stuff like that. This is where Kelly's wheel spacers came from on her last Bronco. Probably where the wheel spacers for the new Bronco is going to come.
Wait, what spacers?
But anyways, they I like their quality parts that I've seen.
I like how you're just trying to skate right over that, Marital Nation, sir.
Yeah, but they a lot of Mustang stuff. And had we kept the Mustang,
I don't know why I need to be wider.
owned definitely some of this product. Z1 Motorsports,
Skating right by.
who Kelly and me, we've both been down to their
great shop.
We got to tour their building. Very nice.
Jess, this place, you would love the logistics of this place.
Yeah.
I literally was like foaming at the mouth when I watched them like pack some stuff, and I was like, holy crap.
Dude, it's like
This is
Amazon.
pretty
They are
amazing.
like Amazon. They have their little scanners. They go scan the product,
It's
bring it, pack it up as soon as they scan it, and it's on the truck. Like they don't play around.
it's pretty awesome.
But there's Z1 Motorsports for all your Nissan Z stuff, and then they have the off-road side, which is Z1
Z1
Off-Road.
Off-Road.
We've dealt with both of them. When Z1 Off-Road was kicking off, we got to talk to them about that. Very cool company out of Georgia. Very nice to do. All the people over there are so nice, super nice, and they tuned our Juke.
They did.
That
And they got a whole lot more out of it than they even expected to. So that being said,
speaking of getting more out of it, I know there was a trailer that Jess and Mark like to talk about.
yeah. Have you done that video yet?
No, they did the video.
I know, but have you?
No, not yet.
So much editing. Here's like just delete me from it.
Well, I gotta
Shut
I gotta
up.
get the sandwich maker out of it. But
my
so
God.
ARB 4x4 accessories. If you don't know who ARB is, especially in the off-road world,
You need to.
You need to, because they make everything. I have a dual compressor that eventually I might put in one of my vehicles.
Just maybe.
Down in the
Garage.
garage. But real lockers, stuff like that, they're very well known for that. The old bumpers, they were the first that you would see what they call the Roo bumper, which is where you see this little bar coming across it. They call those Roo bumpers. Like, they built stuff that needed to be, because they have these weird animals like tarantulas that are
They're
spiders that
Australian
are
company.
that
For
are
those that don't know.
spiders that are the size of the vehicle that you got to plow through with these bumpers.
Not just this company has those monsters. They're actually an Australian based company. So.
All actually in a monster. And no, I like a lot of their bumpers and stuff. For Bronco, I'm not keen very much, but I did like their Land Cruiser stuff that we saw. It was very nice.
Yes.
And they make more than that, lights.
Did you post the video of our ARB booth walk around yet?
Hang on, buddy.
Sorry.
RTR. Yeah. Who knows about RTR here?
I know I have a really cool grill for the Bronco.
No, Von Gittin Jr.'s company. They do like Mustangs and Bronco stuff. Big into drifting for Mustang. Like Von, I've got to have Von on the show sometime because he's a character. But they just do everything. If it's where you have to be in a 5-point harness, he's building something for it. And it doesn't really say what their deals are, but I think.
But again, one of those email things.
It says get up to 50% off in the little print.
Yeah, get in the
Yeah,
list. Now
I'll take that.
Kelly's a fan of this company.
Dave aged out of little print.
Dave did age out a little print.
I got my little
Why do you
print.
think he's got his
readers
little
on.
print glasses on? Yeah, so Set Power, we talked about it earlier when we were chatting with Alan from Diabolical. The refrigerator that we have that we utilize in the back of our
RV45.
Yeah, the RV45 or 42, I think is
No,
what
it's a
it,
45.
45. But anyway, that refrigerator has saved our absolute life all summer. We actually have 2 power banks. We actually ended up buying 2 power banks because we just loved the thing so much for the ball field. And I know there's a couple of our viewers that have actually bought the refrigerator too to utilize as their sticker collector, essentially.
Which is what ours is going to turn into.
Which is what ours will turn into. But it is amazing for the ball field. It keeps your stuff cold all day. We were in high 90s, low hundreds, several weekends, and it kept our food and drinks and things. And we had anything from cheese and crackers in there to sports drinks to water to all the things that you need at the ball field, fruits and vegetables and things.
We were the hit of the team.
We were. Everybody was looking at us going, what is that thing and how does it work?
And their sister
What
company,
is that?
right?
Yes.
Their sister company, IceCo, who I just did a video with from SEMA, they make solar panels that you can charge the batteries and run it all in line together. And so
Ooh, that's kind of awesome.
we're never running out of power.
Yeah, we will not run out of power. So it is definitely something to take a look at. if you're interested in it, now is the time to get it because it's definitely, again, we don't get any kickback from it.
And they're another one of those companies, influencer style companies that want you to use their kickback code.
links.
And I'm just like, no, I'm going to talk about your product. If I like it, I'll continue to talk about it. If I don't, and honestly, this refrigerator, I thought, well, we'll use it for a little bit and then we'll give it away because sometimes we get so much stuff we just give it away. No, we use this so much, we're just going to kill it.
I told him it wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah.
And what was really cool about it too is our actual first tournament that we did. We had gone to Costco and gotten a sandwich platter, and we didn't know it, but it was cardboard based. And had you put that in a cooler, we'd have been screwed, not had any sandwiches that day. But it actually stayed dry and everything because it is not ice based, and you don't realize how amazing that is.
Yes. More flat. I don't. Jess, you're gonna have to help me out on this one.
I've seen Moreflate has that four-tire inflation kit.
Okay.
I've never used it, but a friend of mine has one, and she just whips that out of the back of her Bronco and hooks it up, and I'm still like looking for my little things. So,
Tell me about it. I know that feeling.
Whoa. This is a family show.
No, but I've wanted these little 4 hookups for quite a while, especially if I ever get my Airbnb or my ARB hooked up where I can pump all the tires up at once. That'll be definitely cool. Doesn't say the discount code, but
yeah, it does. It says use code BF24
for the price.
Oh, well, you said doesn't the discount code.
Oh, there we go. Wild Horses.
I told you skipped ahead.
Sorry. Wild Horses does anything from Gen 1s to Gen 6s. Big in Gen 1s. I will say this is a company that they come all the way out from California to the East Coast to do like Supercell. Super nice family company. They I like the fact that they're like, hey, we're coming. If you order it now, you're not paying any shipping. We're going to deliver it to you at Supercell. That means a lot because if you saw the 16 wheel, whatever, the monster semi they bring out here,
the big O trailer.
Yeah, to do that kind of stuff. Very, very nice. And very tight family.
They have to have a massive booth because they just have so much product that they bring with them.
Yeah. And Mitchell does a lot of fun videos on YouTube as well. Let's see. Corsa. If you need the Revies, you want to hear your Revies, this is the company to go to there. Between them and AWE, who we've used on some builds. Now, I will say our Raptor sounds great as is. She probably loves hearing that, but the Mustang could have gotten a little louder.
No, it couldn't.
Yeah, it could have.
Not when I hear it start at 6 o'clock in the morning and I go, your neighbors love us. Or our neighbors
funny
love
story. I had somebody from Corsa 10 send us some Mustang stuff to make it louder, and I had to tell them we were selling it. So, yeah. So, I mean, they do everybody. They do Jeep. You name it. They do some exhaust on that. Havoc Off-Road. Mark, you know a little bit about these guys, right?
Havoc, yeah. They've got they have a huge booth set up at Stampede. For the Bronco stuff, but they do a lot of stuff, a lot of different vehicles, everything from soft tops to bumpers to doors. I mean, you name it, Havoc's got a hand in something.
Budget friendly brand, I will say that.
Yes, we saw the Real Truck booth at SEMA, and Havoc is owned by Real Truck. They have a handful of brands underneath that umbrella, so they kind of go hand in hand there. There's a bunch of different sales going on.
And Mark was pestering the shit out of a guy at Real Truck about a tonneau cover, and he could not answer that, by the way.
It's because nobody has accessories for the 24 Ranger. Like,
all I asked him was like, hey, I want a tonneau cover for my new 24 Ford Ranger.
He said, what's a Ranger?
No, he said, which what did he say? Was it the International, or what else what was the other he said?
Gen 1, probably.
No, he asked if it was the 19 to 23 or if it was the 24.
Or the Gen 5.
And I was all like, oh no, it's the 24. And he just went.
His whole face went, oh.
Yep, I got nothing for you. FabTech.
FabTech is also, I think, one of the Real Truck brands.
Okay.
So they have a little bit of all sorts of stuff. I don't know.
So Real Truck is the big boy with a bunch of brands under him. Got it.
Yeah. And Best Top's the same. I forgot to mention that one in the beginning. Best Top has a whole bunch of different companies under their umbrella too, and they all have a couple little different sales going on.
All right, no, this is a company I can sink my teeth in. Icon. If you want, to me, the best aftermarket suspension you can buy, you can spend $6,000 to $7,000 with these guys, but it's literally the best you can buy. Icon is known for their suspension setups, wheels and stuff as well. But I prefer their suspension. We installed their level 3 kit on the Bronco last year, or our friends over at
Mill Creek.
Mill Creek Overland did, and who we're going to see December
14th.
There you go. Thank
December
you.
14th.
Yeah, we
14.
talked about it at dinner.
We sure did.
We're collecting toys for them.
Toys for Tots.
No, well, toys.
Well, I'm sorry. It's not. It's toys for children of some sort.
yes, those
They're
some sort of
collecting
children.
toys.
Collecting toys,
Yeah.
yes.
But they installed the kit in this thing. Rode great. I hated to sell the vehicle because it was the perfect amount of lift on that vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
Rode just as factory should. And they did a stand-up job on that. So I saved last year with these guys. I want to say I didn't even get to. I think I saved like 18% or something. So they must have really cricked up the deals.
Well, it saves up to 20%.
Well, Onyx Off-Road, who could be a sponsor of the show one day. If you're out there wanting to off-road and you need to know the latest and greatest about the trails, these guys definitely take care of you on that. They do mapping. If you're Moab, especially, you want Onyx because they'll tell you a little bit of everything about the trail. You know what to expect. Windrock, they've got Windrock covered. Like the Trans-American Trail, they have all that stuff covered. Very good company, and it's very affordable.
Yeah, we used Onyx too when we were on the Trans-Wisconsin Adventure Trail earlier this year, a few of us. So worked out perfect.
Yeah,
If
we
you had a
used it in
YouTube channel, we could have
Colorado.
watched that video.
What'd you say, Allie?
We used the Onyx in Colorado for Supercell.
Nice.
Oh, did you? Nice.
Mhm.
DV8.
To stalk our neighbors.
DV8 makes a bunch of cool stuff for the Broncos. Looks like they make something for Ford, Chevrolet, GMC, Toyota, Lexus, Ram.
I bet I know what that Lexus, what they have under the Lexus.
They have really cool bumpers. I've been looking at them for ages, but I can't pull the
You should
trigger.
buy them.
I don't have a Bronco right now.
You can pretend. 10% off on that stuff. Once again, not everything. Some of these companies don't have the big markups that you would.
Yeah,
think.
the big building price.
Now some of our favorite brands here that luckily Jess has put a nice little deal together. White Knuckle Off-Road Products, once again, American-made company. They do rock rails only. That's all they do. But in my opinion, it's anything we put there on, it's always been the best.
100%.
Their powder coating is still by far the best I've ever seen for off-road stuff. Can't speak John and Natalie over there in California, Southern California.
Yes.
Can't say enough nice words about them. Catskin, who we've dealt with. We have a nice working relationship with those guys. I know our friends with Bronco just put some cat skins in theirs. Super nice company. I like the fact that you download their app. You customize your seats kind of how you want it. You send it in. Done.
And guess what? It comes just the way you planned for it
Yeah.
to.
Unless you forget to put your logo on something like I did.
Mm-hmm.
Warren, if you want a winch, and who doesn't want a winch? Best in the business by far. They have a price point for everybody, which is nice because they used to not. They used to be kind of just expensive winches, and then you let your four-wheel parts have the cheaper versions. They have a price point for everybody now, so definitely like those guys. Bullet Point, I know, Jess, you were talking. You run?
Yeah, I have a Bullet Point mounting system in my Bronco to mount my phone and my CB radio and stuff like that. So good product.
Yeah, we use 67 Designs, who we've used in the past. We just installed one of theirs. It's just as good as anything we've put in the vehicles. And I am excited to pull that out and try out the old buck rail here. That's going to be kind of nice. Midland radios, by far, we've used Midland now for 5 or 6 years. I love their GRMS radios. If you're a CB guy, trust me, switch to GRMS radios because it's like having ham without having to go through the schooling to have ham radios. You get better distance than CB. It's ultra clear. I think there's a fee that you pay every 6 years or something silly. It's like $50 or something. It's not bad to be on that signal. Very, very cool. Diode Dynamics. Who here is running Diode Dynamics?
I'm
There you
not. I
go.
just know who they are.
Or know of them.
Lights, LED lights.
Like, I mean, yeah, they've got some of the brightest on the business.
Yeah.
Yeah. Addictive. What is it? Desert Designs or
Desert
what is it?
Design.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
I
have
want
a
to talk about
bumper.
them because I want them to send me their bumpers.
They have a bumper right now. I want the one there for the Raptor, so we can put the 3 lights in the middle. And the Raptor, I don't plan on running a winch. I want to put the lights in the middle.
Someone else can run the winch, is what he's saying.
No. the
Yeah,
Raptor,
you won't need
get
that at the
stuck.
mall, Dave. You'll be fine.
No, you won't get stuck in it with the Raptor.
Yeah, at the mall, Jess.
Hello, Starbucks.
Right? Right. Target or Starbucks. Jeez, get it right.
Got to winch Kelly out of the Starbucks again. Yeah, no, they make some of the cool bumpers in there. A little pricey, but I haven't seen their Black Friday deals just yet. But damn, if they've got a deal going on, I may have to
Nope.
warm up the old credit card. And
No. Y'all
There
wonder
you
why
go.
I'm stressed.
yeah,
Oh,
and Jess, I don't really know much about these other companies.
So your little Jeep flag in the bottom there is Forever Wave. We've seen them at Stampede the last couple of years. They make custom and all sorts of flags to put on your Jeeps or Broncos. I actually have a custom flag that I ordered from them a few months back. It's
I
got
figured
my
that's where
little
you're-
logo on it and all that stuff. And they sell the whole shebang. I don't think it's called the shebang. Maybe it is, but antenna mounts
The
and
shebang from
flags.
Sheboygan?
That's Charlie's thing. Shebang.
Right. Sorry. So in Motley Industries, I don't know a ton about what they do besides I know that they have all sorts of different accessories and
They built the Bronco 2 roll.
have the Bronco 2 roll. Yes.
Yeah. Here's a pretty good band too.
I was gonna say Basher Designs is
Right?
up in Michigan.
We need the things.
Bastion
And
Design
Bastion
is out of
Design,
Michigan? Sorry.
Yep. We met them. I've known them for a little while, but they're in Michigan. They do suspensions. Pretty cool. They have some great videos out there being up at the sand dunes. They also make some really cool accessories, little add-ons. They made some personalized script for me that's still unfortunately sitting on the dining room table to go on the side of my Bronco. And hopefully we'll do that soon. So really cool stuff there. Small family-owned business, husband-wife team, making it happen and doing all the things.
Well,
Nice.
and that's just a taste of it, man, of what all the crazy deals that you're
Oh,
going to find.
so
this
many.
week. I hope all these companies have great sales.
Mm-hmm.
There's a few things I would like to purchase, but this one over here, got to get her out of the way to
Wow,
buy some
got to
things.
get me out of the way.
All right, so if Kelly goes missing,
Right? You heard it here first.
No, I don't watch the murder mystery show, so I would be the one going missing, not Kelly.
then we'll just carry on like normal.
I would, yeah. I'm the one that can't find anything. So
It'll be the Allie, Kelly, and Jess show.
dang, Mark, you just got cut out too.
Yeah, watches all the murder shows. Like,
Jeez.
Well, I wanted to call Andy out, executive producer. I think is our buddy there. Thank God Kelly is here. I just wish we were close enough to kick Dave's, or she were close enough to kick Dave when he gets out of line. So thank you for the super chat, sir. We appreciate you. And yeah, I did tell him that was an unfortunate part about this new kind of setup is that I can't quite kick him like
It's
I
more
used
relaxing
to.
though, isn't it?
It's more relaxing for you because I can't reach you to like nudge you
Once
when you're
again,
doing things that you
it's
shouldn't.
more relaxing.
But let's see. I want to see
Bird
if
Dog
there's...
Overland in the house.
Yes.
Wait, he's starting to own OnlyFans?
No.
I
think
was.
out-
Because Jody just gives me shit all the time.
Reading
Love
You're reading in reverse. Let's see.
CP was in there. I saw.
Yeah, Steve Pease checked in this evening. Allie Hypermotive Racing said you know more than him. I'm assuming on the IAG sales is what I'm guessing.
Yeah, I messaged as soon as Dave texted me. Well, like when I asked him if there was a show tonight, and he sent me the little video thing. I messaged Adam and I was like, "Hey, what sales do you guys have going on that I can tease tonight on All Terrain?" He goes, "Oh, hold on."
You know,
I give him the
Hypermotive
link.
Racing. You know, it'd be cool at Supercell we sent our Bronco over there, the Raptor, of course, and you guys just, you could showcase putting parts on this thing.
You could just sit in your booth
Yeah.
while you.
I have a feeling that Tuesday when I get there, my new Bronco will be sitting over there
Yeah.
that entire day.
For sure.
I want the oil catch can. I know I definitely want that from those guys. Mark's running in
Got
there.
it.
They're working
Got
on
it
some really
installed,
cool
too.
things.
Yeah.
I've seen them.
Hey, we've done dinner with them.
Ooh.
So have I.
Oh yeah.
So is she.
Not in Vegas.
Wow.
I've never been invited to Vegas.
Why you got to throw it there?
I feel like I invited you to Vegas, but I didn't think you'd get the time off, so I didn't really push that button.
Mm-mm.
Well, we'll send Allie out next year by herself to SEMA.
Oh, sweet.
Here, cover this, Allie.
She says, "Great, thanks."
Oh, and yeah, it's how many square feet? 100,000
Oh
square
my
feet.
gosh,
or
I don't
something?
even know. It's a lot.
A bajillion D. So many.
Yeah,
think-
send my little ADHD ass out there. Okay.
Oh, trust me, it was a good thing that we had a whole crew
Oh,
with us.
shiny.
Yes, 100%. It was a good thing we had a whole crew with us because I think all of us helped keep the others in line because
Well,
all
yeah.
of our little like attention issues.
Well, they couldn't find me half the time.
My
So
ADHD
shit, I like
is so
walked
bad
out of the
with
middle of a
ADHD.
conversation at one point.
It
But it was Richard Petty.
was Richard Petty, and I knew you were leaving me as soon as I heard Richard Petty, it was on. But Allie,
Celebrity Jess.
you'll get a kick out of this, Allie, is because I used Life 360 to find Dave a lot because I lost him all those times.
I'm small. I'm packed. Easy to lose.
That's not it at all. But yeah, it was an adventure. Rob Hallmark says I've got the Morphlate compressor and the 4-tire hose kit. So
Nice.
sounds like it's might be on our list of things we need as
You know
well.
what I've got? I've got a Dundee Award.
Oh, you do. You do.
It's Show Me the Money Award. So
Yeah.
you guys could show me the money by becoming members or Patreon supporters.
Wow.
We've this year's going to be different for the channel, guys. I will say this: we need your support more than ever, and I hate to be that way, but I'm $10,000 in the hole right now for a
the
channel
year.
that you get to watch for free. So with your support, I can be $9,900 in the hole. But seriously, we're not going to get to, unless things pick up a little bit next year, we're not going to get to cover everything that you've seen us do in the past. So if you want to support us, we appreciate it. If not, I get it. Economy is what it is. And feed your family. Don't feed me.
And thank you those that are supporters already. If you don't know, there's apparently there's shenanigans that my husband has posted in there that I didn't even know about.
We got Mark doing this in a photo. That's cool.
And there was some like sneak peeks of SEMA while we were there.
You can show this.
What's happening?
Oh, like picture.
Well, you wouldn't know, Jess. You don't support the channel.
My household does.
I was gonna say
Your household overly supports our channel.
that is 100% true.
So this is a little sneak peek of Patreon here. If she'll share it.
Can you give me a second?
But while we were out there, we were sharing fun photos. Mark doing this for some reason. I don't know why I put that.
Because that's
That's the top.
That's the
That's
easy
the best
top.
top.
Oh, that is the best top.
That's best top. I'll show them. It goes back automatically. Flip
Yeah.
switch.
We've put some patches in the Bronco.
So there's some shenanigans that kind of pop up in there that you may not necessarily see anywhere else because it may not be like professional
Yeah.
for us to dump everywhere
There's
else.
me drinking
He
Bloody
fell in
Mary.
love with the
First
Bloody
Bloody
Mary.
Mary.
Yeah, he sure did. He fell in love, and
they got to see us building the studio in there,
Yeah.
which was kind of fun. Yeah, so there you go.
so that's kind of the shenanigans that happen over on Patreon.
And
So-
members get a lot of videos, not every video they get early. If you're a member here on YouTube, you get some of that stuff. And I try to make each one a little special for that platform. So that's enough of us selling.
So Bird Dog Overland says I need the deets on y'all Overland Expo West. So we don't have any deets yet.
We're
That's
coming.
just the plan.
We'll be in Flagstaff. Come see us,
Yeah.
Jody.
For 2025, the plan is to be in Flagstaff for Overland Expo West.
Yeah, so we can't decide whether we want to do the Chicago Auto Show this year or the Detroit Auto Show this year.
Yeah. So it's
I'll be at Detroit.
Yeah, we need to do Detroit.
Wow,
We all have places to stay up there.
I know.
So maybe they go to Detroit and we go to Chicago.
I also have a place to stay in Chicago. So
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Sounds like Jess is covering everything for us this year.
Right.
I make the PowerPoints.
Clearly. Which we greatly appreciate that.
We
Jess.
do. It was very much appreciated. Because Lord knows that I did not have the capability today. A little marital nation. Our daughter had a
I
doctor's-
found out that there was a show at like 2 or 3 o'clock. So
Hey, Allie, pretty much every Monday.
Yeah,
It's usually on unless we tell you it's not on. That's usually how that.
there's been a couple I go to log on and you're like, oh yeah, no show.
Oh, Dave's slacking then.
Probably.
Probably that message, but yeah. So we're dealing with potential after season or like off season injuries in our house. So we're kind of dealing with that from a parent perspective and
Yeah.
getting all the doctor's appointments in and things like that you can't make work in the middle of
We got to burn up that
schedules.
insurance money before it's gone.
Yeah, I was
There
about to
isn't
say you
any-
only have a couple weeks to use that. So
Here's the thing: there's no insurance money when you have a high deductible plan. Like, unless you've spent a whole bunch of money throughout the year, you're just spending the same amount of money in December that you did in January.
Right. Hey, Jody, hit me up about your you guys' podcast you are doing. I want to help support that somehow. So that's the show tonight, guys. If you've made it this far, I say thank you because a lot of people rewatch this during the week, and if you enjoyed this, smash that like button for us. We greatly would appreciate that. Jess, you can find her at Unbridled Bronco on Instagram. Mark, you can find it what?
No, you changed your name.
Yeah, I just shortened it. It's just AT Bronco now.
There you go.
Not all of them.
AT Bronco.
Okay.
Made it
Because
smaller, easier.
It was different.
Allie is Allie Dubois, if I remember right, on Dubois, however you want to say it, on pretty much everything.
on everything.
We are All Terrain Nation. Pretty much over all. It's a complicated thing.
It is.
You'll
It's All
find us.
Terrain Nation Media with spaces in between each word on Instagram.
Because some bastard won't let go of something he's not used in 10 years. So
Yeah,
I'm sensitive to that on Instagram.
can't tell me.
So
Can't
whether it be
talk to me.
two-wheel drive,
4-wheel drive.
or these badass cars and trucks you all love to drive and modify and hang out with us and talk on Mondays, it's been your
And
All
shop
Terrain.
for.
It's been your All Terrain Nation. I'm your host, David Boyd.
I'm Kelly Boyd.
Mark and Jess and Allie. And we're out. Bye. Peace.
See ya.
Maybe.